lot of ghosts. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense too. That means maybe the attackers want to go to B long.
It could very well be the case. I mean, Reckoning Esports were one of the first teams to bring up that Harbor Viper, but Pearl games, they haven't picked it up. And that kind of tells you that they are comfortable with this one. And Reckoning Esports are quite heavily focused on mid. They have a double stack towards B link with the sky just rotating away in form of Harsh. They have all the turrets placed towards Art as well. So Reckoning Esports definitely prepared to stop this assault. Aster Army, they also show presence towards both the sides, right? They break the turret. That means Art control has been somewhat taken. But Reckoning Esports aren't rotating to intercept them over here yet. Instead, they reinforce the A side itself. And because both the flashes of the team are still towards double door, I'm assuming they will just crunch shot from behind.
An Astra across. Get one, maybe.
Oh. Doxer,
spotted.
Good early pick.
Nice.
And now you've got also 𝐶𝐸𝐸 just following it up. So far, the defense is looking nice as they've got the site control.
3v3.
But Aster Army looking to deny everything. Aduka from the back with the frenzy should be able to get one kill of his own. Peeks out, gets him down. 𝐶𝐸𝐸 taking care of.
Hello Manus.
And now it's a 2-on-3. Instantly, Aster Army flipping the odds.
Streamlate का issue को तो बताना.
And Trist, they will need to take care of business. Spike goes down as well. Now the panic's going to start to settle in. But still, Reckoning Esports will need to hold their nerves with the guns. And all the three players from Aster too, they're just going to play towards the inside. And they're also playing quite disciplined. Just peeking out slowly and steadily, giving shoulder peeks, also chipping away a lot of damage on the opponents. This is really just going to make Reckoning Esports panic. And now the last man's stress he will be dealt with.
Good stuff
किसकी side होंगे आप बताओ?
I love the way they just take
Aster or Reckoning.
When they come in from Art, they know for a fact that there isn't enough pressure towards A main. So they're not fully sure about what the setup from Reckoning looks like. So they do what they are supposed to do best, just throw the round down into a state of chaos. They push into its flower pots instead. They get a lot of kills over there. And then even Marzen re-initiates from long later on. On the back of that high tide, they were able to surprise that opponent so hard that Reckoning Esports got isolated in almost every fight that they picked up. Except for that initial crossfire. Everything else was dealt with really easily. Deadly though. I'm kind of worried. He's playing dangerous games.
1k?
Yeah, he is. Oh, he misses the shots though. Those are quite crucial ones. Too, but it's completely fine considering they're just on Eco. Now 𝐶𝐸𝐸 will need to take matters in his own hands. Kishy 2 is
one bulldog, one vandal.
2-on-4 or 2-on-5 as you can see. Next to impossible to deal with, and yeah, a flawless round from Aster Army. Anti-Eco 1 as well, so that's a good start for them. But now this is where they will be put to test.
Indeed, Reckoning Esports will pick up the guns, and I'm actually kind of concerned about their half armor. Considering that most of Aster Army is on Stingers and Spectres and whatnot, I really think that these Spectres can wreak havoc against these light shields. Of course, it does make sense to have light shields when your opponent has a full buy, when they have only Vandals.
The camera here.
But this could be a point of concern. Regardless, we'll worry about that when we get to the bridge. We'll cross it when we get to that bridge. For now, Aster Army are just once again doing what they are always starting off their rounds with. Pressure towards B-Link. They also try to put pressure towards Art, but they haven't really made their peak yet. And as I say that, Marzel loses his life. Now his utility at least gets his teammates all the way into its connector, where Harsh will be ready to receive them. Good moves from Aster Army, but Reckoning are just a step ahead.
Yeah, just better in the firepower, and Hirsch to close it off once again.
मेरे से नहीं होता था Vandal का spray.
Moved down and not even able to find a single kill, so that's
sound कम आ रही होगी तो बता देना मुझे, हाँ? Let me know.
But it's completely fine for the side of Reckoning Esports as they've still got all the guns up. That means this
Vandals versus Vandals.
Oh, nice one for them.
दो Phantom
got a lot of future security going for them. You can see their credits too. Even if they lose out this round, the upcoming round's going to be no problems for them. On the other hand, Aster Army, if they lose this one, problems will start to strike their door. And that's where Aster Army will maybe start panic as well.
I hope none of these teams start to panic. That will make things really awkward. For now, though, look at the positioning from Deadly.
Double controller, double initiator.
Who is not afraid of fighting, who doesn't have anything to fear. Stays in the same pose twice, gets punished twice, and yeah, Deadly will probably have to come up with a new place to start fighting from. This isn't really cutting out for him.
That's true.
Nice one.
But at least Hirsch is able to trade it out, but even he's quite softened up, so now he cannot just deal with the enemies anymore. He needs to take things slow and sound. A lot of Harbor and Viper utility in the front. That's why Reckoning Esports aren't exactly able to get the visual onto the enemy players.
Oof, bhai.
Still, Triss decides to peek out and he gets dealt with. Aster
3v4.
doing quite a great job, but now Flavin's flank is going to add a lot of spanner in their work.
One,
deciding to fall
two.
back, but at least he wants to get some more value, and he actually does. Gets 2 players down. 𝐃𝐲𝐲𝐬 squash softened up as well. Only 8 HP left on that man. And 𝐻𝐻 in the back lines, looking to surprise anyone from Aster Army that walks
2v2
out.
but HP nahi hai.
Yeah, I really was surprised when Flavin walked out.
Wow.
I thought that he's going to be a dead man because there's 3 people ready to peek him. But no, he gets 2
This is the
kills
lower bracket
instead.
finals.
And this boxes Aster Army in. They've got
Isme jo
nowhere to
jeetega,
run, nowhere to
they'll
hide.
go
20
for
seconds
finals
left and they
tomorrow
must abide
against
by the
Orangutan.
rules. Must plant towards the B side.
Miriwas Kamario.
Goya is ready to
String
receive
was
them.
Kamario. Let me know.
Toxin's activated, hoping to let them sneak in. No flash. He's actually planting quite in the open, and this is a little bamboozling because Goya would have assumed that he's towards pillar.
String zyada thodi.
The plan's actually all the way towards main.
Abhi bata dena.
𝐻𝐻
Maybe
actually is going to clear out main, so now Reckoning Esports
barabar ho
no
jaye.
presence available towards main. So that plant was just trying to deceive them, thinking into that there might just be at least 1 player. Main's cleared out. Voya knows there's someone in the back lines too, as the flash spotted one, and as soon as it peeks out, he hands out a haircut. And 𝐻𝐻 to close it off once again.
One.
So far, 𝐻𝐻 is able to find a lot of value.
𝐻𝐻, man, he has been the saving grace of Reckoning Esports on multiple
Hello
occasions.
Pooja ji.
Not only were his flashes perfect in
Visi
the
aao.
previous game, this time he's even present himself to set up for all the trades. Not just set up, actually make all those trades happen. So he's stepping up in the firepower department as well. And what brilliant presence of mind from this guy. He's always stayed a step ahead of his opponents. Can he stay a step ahead
Hello
of them
Mixi,
over
welcome
here
to the
now,
stream.
though?
How are you?
Aster Army, while they have weaponry, they're starting to run out of money.
Hello.
So they'll get really desperate now. Anything further than this, then Aster Army will have to eco.
Hi.
But so far, Aster looking to take things, looking mad, and looking to take matters in their own hands. Quite an aggressive push all the way towards Connector, and Triss from the back strikes him down. Aduka as well is able to return 1.
Huh?
Nothing much can be said.
Are you telling me about a new song, Mixi?
It's a trade for trade. Aster Army still not able
Nice
to
all
make
round.
their mind exactly where they want to
Nice.
go towards. Doxers
Oh,
on the opposite
crispy.
side, and he gets rid of both of the players, even the controllers out of the game. Now things are going to be a little tricky for Reckoning Esports. No controller left over for them to get the site control back in their hands in the retake.
Let's see.
Deadly 10 has also got
Thoda
his hands
baad
on
mein
the
decide
op, so
karunga.
that's successfully avoided by Aster Army.
Yep, they avoid all the danger, they kill all the people who are trying to push out of A main.
2v4.
And Doxer single-handedly turns the outcome of this round. It is indeed quite a little weird to see Aster Army play this slowly, you know? But I guess they probably expected Reckoning Esports also to make some aggro moves, which they did, but only towards one part of the map, not like that reckless aggression we saw from OG yesterday.
Save it
When it
is.
comes to Reckoning Esports, all their intentions and pushes are very clearly illustrated in their approach. They give up a certain area and they reinforce another area, which makes it really easy to figure out what exactly their intent is. I guess the only thing that would confuse Aster Army is if they actually end up waiting for more information to be available from
क्या लगता है
Reckoning
आप काम आएगी
and
next?
not taking any of those decisions themselves.
Yes.
So Aster
Let's
Army
see.
are finding success now because
Double
they have that
controller attacking
decisiveness,
में.
and
मैं
even
भी
with the
सीखती हूँ,
limited
चलो aim
information we
करना.
gather, they're able to figure out
Ramstein
what
has
Reckoning
performed
would
in
do quite
Finland.
well.
Damn, nice.
And now Reckoning should have also learned their lesson, not to push out of A main a little bit too long.
क्या flash था
At
भाई?
least not to extend a little bit too much. You see this? Yeah, it's just quite unfortunate. As soon as these 2 kills are
Hey,
found,
Bhuya, can you like stream
the
for
game is
me?
pretty much done right
Can
there.
you?
Can
So
you
yeah, the
stream
players that are going to be
YouTube for
playing
me
on
in
A,
Discord?
they just need to make sure that they're not pushing up a little bit too much
Sure.
in the front. Instead,
Why
just play
not?
for a little bit of visual
क्योंकि मैं
confirmation,
आपको
make sure that
stream
A
पे भी
main's
देख
not
रहा हूँ यहाँ
taken
पे
over.
तो
Stream में देख लेते हैं.
Esports, though.
Yeah, he
Deadly
retracted.
10 just position into mid. That was
पता
a
नहीं आएगा
really
ना
good
उसको.
jump pick to bait out the
Wait.
shots. And then now they've also got the information that there's an operator in the mid.
Yeah, but how will they avoid him? even when they know where the operator is, they've spent so much time that the op could have repositioned.
Damn.
And now this will
Spotted.
be trouble for Reckoning Esports.
Recon Phantom भाई अलग ही है.
Marcel, he was bitten by the dog.
Nice shot.
Did they catch him though? They catch Aduka instead.
That's my 4
I
seconds.
guess that also works. They would much happier to kill Aduka.
पड़ा है क्या?
Or
नहीं
maybe
पड़ा.
they just want to kill everybody. Flavin's also doing an amazing job backing up the Opper, backing up Deadly 10.
Massive.
And Harsh is aware about all potential pushes coming out of Arts.
I like how pushed back Hirsch is playing too. He's going to respect his opponents. Let him have that control. Doxer though on the opposite side. He's looking to push up front. Both the players have managed to sneak
1-2, nice, Ray.
area, but it's still not going to matter because Hirsch single-handedly will line both of them up, and now it's all down to the last player
Putty.
alive, Deadly 10. The opponents soften up. Connection was made too, so only 3 HP left over in the hands of Kishi, and he's not going to be able to stay alive for long. Yeah, he will be dealt with.
Only if we could refund skins and get EP and get the recon.
I like how Astra. Yeah, they're keeping it tight indeed. And I like how Astra just drop the pace whenever it's required. Almost every single fight that Reckoning picked up this round was off of their own accord. Not something that was offered to them by Astra.
No.
Except for maybe this one. But then again, you can't exactly count this because Astra needed to make an A move anyway. They had
Guys
to make
like
one regardless. So they double peaked.
And subscribe.
And still somehow Reckoning Esports are able to win all of this.
Crazy indeed. So now it's going to get 2 scans. So that's a big move.
देख रहे they are defending तो उसमें 2 controller भाई damn भाई.
Whoa!
मार दिया उसने headshot मारा.
Managed to connect that shot. Lightning fast flick onto the player, but Kishi at least gets the trade done. Still man advantage once again back in the favor of Astronomy. Both the teams just able to spring back into the action nicely enough, and now Astronomy looking to step their foot inside the site and also get the plant down. Dome's gonna be out as well, so that means the spam's not gonna come true, but Kohli is barely alive.
कोहली को तो heal ही नहीं मिल रहा है.
Well, at least they've dealt with Kohli. Now this puts the round into a 3v3. Viper Spit does
Damn,
get committed, and there's a lockdown on top of it, so there's really not much that Reckoning Esports can do. Goya has very little chances of making it work, so he tries to go for the brave stick, but gets sprayed down by Marzel instead. Oh no, they couldn't even break the lockdown in time, and just like that, Harsh gets detained in front of Kishi's face. Now Trist knows where Kishi is. He could also figure out where Doxer would be playing, but he has to choose between the two. And the decision paralysis kills him.
Guys, like the stream. Thank you for joining in.
Hello
Rahul. मैं जाके आ गया राहुल जी. तो अभी तो ना हो पाए. करते हैं Immortal 3 push करते हैं.
As we said, things are quite tight between both these teams, and this is what we exactly talked about yesterday as well.
Time out आया क्या?
This matchup will indeed be a really, really close matchup.
कल live देखने जाएंगे. Hello Shaurya.
Now Marzu is also
Hello Zumzi.
on the Reckoning. That should be a free site take for them.
आते ही like nice.
Free site in the taking. Deadly 10. He's also getting avoided.
बराबर like back and forth जा रहा मैच अभी. कहाँ की teams हैं इसमें?
If it's able to at least strike 2
India
down to the front. But so far Deadly 10 isn't able to find that sweet spot.
बाहर के players हैं but Indian teams सारी.
It's almost like a ritual. He will never be available for the first half or maybe the first 7 to 8 rounds.
आप किसको support कर रहे हैं?
Right about now.
I'll go with the Reckoning.
You could very well expect some domination from him at this moment. Good
Fun fact,
from Astronomy though. They're basically using
when we had Team Outlaw, Deadly 10 wasn't Team Outlaw for a while. Hello Madara. So that's why I'll go with Reckoning.
They get that spike plant and then they fall back peacefully towards @main. Now all they have to do is buy time.
Yeah. Reckoning Esports, for them to counter this strategy, they need to send someone on the
Dumb.
just in general. Then it will be possible, unless if you're able to land shots like that, then yeah, that's then Kishi returns back.
Bro,
style.
oh damn.
Good flashes too from Hurst to try and just dominate the players of Astronomy. And so far is able to do so, able to spray both of them down, and now it's all down to Marshall, but he's not going to lose the duel.
Damn भाई क्या निकाला है?
कभी वो टू कर रहे हैं कभी
आराम से बात करना मज़ारा. अगर ड्रैग करने के लिए बोल रहे हो तो ज़रा official watch party कर रहे हैं. Just
nice 2-point lead. What a fast round this one.
Thank you.
Seekers just didn't seem to bother Aster at all. But then Kishi comes in and he's like, yeah, I will give you a glimmer of
क्या
hope.
खींची है भाई
Then Harsh
prelude.
comes and takes it away immediately. Like there's double kills upon double kills all over the map.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Chill करे जरा. फटी कोई वगैरह. ठीक है.
Until the end, if someone's not able to get the final kill, it's really tough to say which team's gonna win the round. And look at Marzu once again just holding the flank.
Okay, let's see deadly 10. Okay.
भाई flash dodge
Oh,
किया.
that dash is something that
Zoomed
actually
है क्या?
worked against him. And Marzu got
Zoomed
that
है.
kill for free.
क्वालिटी का बोलने वाले हो क्या शौर्य?
Marzu gets away scratch-free.
ऐसे ही sadly.
Now Reckoning Esports looking to return back the favor.
Cut off his
It's
screen.
going to be a
Oh,
little
मैं
tough.
करता हूँ
There
fix.
is his
My
well
bad.
command available in the hands of Trist. And he
इस round के बाद
won
करता हूँ.
just about now. Nicely done. No utilities available. Harbor Viper now are going to be pretty much useless
Okay.
as they've only got the Viper's wall available. And Marzu with the flanks going to pretty much deal with everyone that stands against him. It's just done at this
अब
point.
नहीं available.
Aster are countering Reckoning Esports perfectly.
Yeah, but at least they're getting all the frags. It's just down to Flappin. He managed to make it all the way from behind, but unfortunately, he's probably not
peek
going to
नहीं
be
कर
able
रहे
to do
भैया, देख रहे हो
much.
आप?
They haven't even planted
हाँ,
for
देख रहा हूँ
long.
ना.
They're just all playing from the back of sight. It's just one round that Flappin can't pull off. Although he's pulled off
Patience है भाई.
उड़ाम. What?
ठीक है वो.
too late to the
Broadcast ही गया.
a bit too late. Earlier, he would have helped his teammates survive a little bit longer, maybe assist them in fight. But it is what it is, my friend.
Yeah, it is what it is. True.
Okay. 7.
It's really unfortunate stuff for Reckoning. They're not able to do a lot
अभी ठीक है शौर्य?
on their defense so far. And considering Deadly 10's
बहुत
off as
बढ़िया
well, it's
सर.
not able to find a lot of connections. That's just adding a little bit more upset for them. Once again, man's got up to 5,000 credits.
कल आना क्या बात है भाई? कल आना मर्च है क्या?
And high risk, high reward.
They're
type of
just like me.
situation the operator can
They're
bring you
who?
with.
Reckoning का time out है. Damn.
Doesn't
Okay.
work,
क्या round चल रहा है?
you're in big
3-6.
trouble. And even your economy with the same. And now that a tactical timeout's being called out, you're finally seeing the real face of Bruce Wayne. Or Bruce Wine. Man, he's also given out a lot of calls.
Cosplay किया
So
हुआ
he's
है.
probably got some read into the players of Aster Army. And Vandalik clearly knows his team is doing quite phenomenal. They're doing quite good to themselves still so far, so he doesn't really need to convey a lot of calls. Reckoning Esports are always having the right
Pro
timing
plays देख के
over
पता
the
लगता है
players
मैं
of
कितना
Rec-
पानी में हूँ.
right timing
Agreed.
over the players of Reckoning and Aster Army are just overall looking like a step better.
No, not just a step better. They look several steps better at the moment. Aster Army, they aren't repeating too many of their attacks, and even though they haven't really pulled off something very, very unique, Reckoning Esports are struggling to deal with them.
Operator
That's
है,
partially because
without
they
armor.
are not able to get the opening frags, and Aster Army are always offered these fights where they have multiple
That's
people
Booyah.
trading out at once.
No
They
Smith.
stick to the basics, and Aster Army just continue to maintain their lead.
Aster का attacking है उन्होंने
Even the mid round
double
from Aster Army just
controller
seems
लिया
so
उसमें.
much better, right? They haven't really
Reckoning
walked
का
into
defending
any of
उसमें उन्होंने
these
double
traps
initiator
from
लिया है.
Reckoning Esports. They avoid them quite often. So no alarm bells ringing for Aster Army yet. Reckoning Esports though, they have the lockdown available, so in case something
W.
goes wrong with the retake situation, they can always use it, but they would prefer not to. Art control taken from Aster Army, and they now look to converge upon the A side, but little do they know that A main control is far from available. Reckoning Esports gave away their positions as soon as the Seekers were popped. So they're like, yeah, we might as well just fire down, maybe try to kill the planter. But now that they haven't managed to do any of that,
Wow,
both these players who
bhai.
are towards A main are kind of trapped.
Guys पोजी देखो हाँ.
They
पोजी
are.
कौन कहाँ खेल रहा है?
But I at least like the fact that they've positioned themselves towards the A-main area, but then you see an instant change into the players or into
अरे
F हो
the
गया dash
rotation
का.
that they're making towards
Oh,
the
damn.
A-main side.
यार,
It's
ये
just so
क्या
late,
मारते
but still
हैं बंदे?
Flabbit expects that. And he gets rid of both of the players, and now Deadly 10 in the close quarters.
Diffuse.
The op is able to strike down the players in the front. What is going on?
Nice.
Reckoning Esports out and over. They just bump up
भाई,
their
क्या
firepower
निकाला
so
round.
much that Aster Army could not even
क्या
stand a
retake किया है?
chance.
Exactly. I mean, one single guy nailing an entire
Another timeout.
two-man push, that doesn't happen often.
यही होता है
I
जब
was
आप
kind
अपने
of
डैश पे
concerned
बहुत
about
ज्यादा
the health of Reckoning Esports, especially when they lost the A site and were unable to
Dash तो
stop the
सही
spike
था
plan
but
from
वो
coming through.
idea नहीं था
But
lamp
then they
का.
crunched the site so hard, and it's not even like they crunch it based on superficial timing or some really insane coordinated flash play. Nope, it's just simple plain mouse one. And that's the kind of round we needed from Reckoning Esports. That's the firepower that will stop Astrami in their tracks. It's not going to be enough though, because immediately
No
after
replay, but
having a
एक मिनट
round
दो.
which goes away from them,
मैं सोच रहा हूँ मैं
they do
ये
get
कहीं और
tactical
करूँ क्या? मैं
timeout
इसको
too.
इधर रखूँ guys
both the teams
या मैं इसको
have
बीच में ही रखूँ? क्या
extended
बोलते
a
हो?
tactical timeout in the last few rounds.
Better, I guess.
Tactical timeout, this time from Aster though. As soon as they lost one round, they realized that, okay, now it's time for us to call a tactical timeout. And I guess you can also call that just
Shark भी
not
था इस मैप
giving
पे?
your
अच्छा हाँ,
opponent
of course
an
होना ही
edge.
चाहिए. But ये कहाँ पे है?
And even
Camera.
if now that Reckoning Esports were exactly able to read into exactly what Astrom are trying to do over here, I like the fact that
Alt आ रहा
both
jet का.
players just position themselves
Hadouka,
towards the main
let's see.
side from Reckoning, and this is what we talked about, right? You either need to send
Before the
someone
ult.
to lurk in the backlines,
वो
Flash
get one of
आया.
the players
नाथ मैंने
towards
एक बार
main,
मारा है.
or you need to do something like that they did on the previous round, and that's what they did. So that adjustment was quite quick enough, and I like it. But now that the tactical timeout's being called, there might be a little bit of change in the post plans.
Yeah. Oh,
Bhai,
my goodness.
wall.
I don't know about post plants. They probably might never get to plant in the first place. Harsh, a lot of information gathered with that trailblazer. He also probably spotted the spike before getting shot down by a doxer.
Commentary करो
So
बीच-बीच
this
में.
will
अच्छा
probably
अच्छा
let
अच्छा.
Reckoning Esports make all the preemptive rotations correctly. But they don't feel the need to do any of that yet. They've got Voya holding Link himself, while the rest of his utility lies towards the B site. Understandably
They're
so,
like
because that's
so
the stronger
confident
one.
by the-
But now that Astrami have shown presence again and again, it might just be the right time for Reckoning to start rotating in.
Damn,
But that
bhai.
doesn't happen. They're just
परेशान हो
exchanging
गया
flashes
flashes
and waiting
से.
for the crossing towards the planting area, that hut.
Doxer.
Fushingan रीटे पे खेल रहा है. सारे सीटी पे हैं भाई. Damn.
And now as Kish is also going to go
Order
for the
delay?
plant, so Astrami once again able to secure that A side in their hands, but instead inside the post plants they're just going to be staying on the sites and
3v2.
deny the site control from Reckoning Esports.
Spray.
So this was the game plan of Aster, to stay on the site and send one man on
One.
the lurk all the way in the back who's quite far away. For Reckoning Esports to get this defense now is going to be quite easy considering the
Nope.
lurk is way too far away. Doxer fires a couple of shots, gives his position away.
Nice.
And Deadly 10, that glimmer's
6-6.
going to be enough.
That
6-6.
glimmer indeed is enough. Both the teams keeping it competitive, but at least Astrami are able
Guys,
to finally put another
शौर्य के
round
अलावा
on the
किसी को
board.
stream का issue
They
लग रहा है
break
chat
the
पे?
win streak for Reckoning.
No Shransh.
Although it was just a win streak of like 3 rounds or something, you still need to do that. You still need to maintain your economics a little more healthily. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Last round of the first half. And there's 2 massive ultimates available on Astrami. It's both the lockdown as
This
well
one
as
only
the Reckoning.
Shransh.
So I wonder which one of them they will use
Alright.
first.
Of course they're planning to go B.
And in case they do plant for B long, Flabin has the cosmic device
एक
which
तो
they
मिलेगा,
can use to
एक तो
bisect
मिलेगा.
the map diagonally and then defuse the bomb without actually having to fight Astrami in post plan.
Oof. Nice shot.
Position, but he still gets that kill somehow. Deadly. How are you in a
Nice one, Ray.
Now pulls out the shorty in the close quarter and also is looking to shut down a player in the front. But Kishin looks
Easy.
back and slaps him down.
Almost second kill
Now
मिला
we'll
था.
also go for the lockdown.
Push ही
plan.
आएगा,
That's
of
been a
course.
Bold plant from him. Lockdown gets destroyed.
Yeah,
No
okay,
value
6-6.
there. And
Last
Reckoning
round.
Esports in this round, the
देख रहे हो guys,
scores
that's
were just
why.
aligned. Deadly 10, the fact that he was even able to stay alive and get that kill in the first place was massive.
Indeed. And this brings us to a dead even scoreline. 6 on either side as both the teams are trying to constantly one-up each other. But most of the times it boils down to firepower. Will they be able to keep up this firepower or will it dwindle as the match progresses? Find out on the other side of this break where we bring you the second half of this game.
हेलो
Hi.
दोनों टीम इंडिया की है क्या?
Yes.
Bro,
फ्रिज मीट के लिए हीट के लिए नहीं
Nice ad,
Kill
bro.
switch है क्या ये?
frames drop come with me if you want to get
Hello intelligent.
The all-new OMEN 16 with advanced Tempest cooling technology, now with 5 heat pipes and 4 thermal outlets. The OMEN
Kill switch को
16
suggest करो ये.
12
ये
Gen
fan
Intel
निकाल के
Core
kill switch
i7
को दे देते
processor
हैं.
to make you forget your frame drops.
now that's cool
Game on with Tempest cooling.
हाँ वो मैं फिक्स करता हूँ 1 मिनट. सोच रहा था किस साइड रखूँ एक्चुअली.
Presenting Hyundai i20N line. It's time to play.
कौन गिफ्ट कर रहा है मुझे?
Yes, I'm a Gen Z, or should I say, the Gen Next. And I don't let fear hold me back from doing anything. I choose to move fearlessly to it all.
Hey buddy, we need you to trim your beard for this next scene.
What? Okay, fine, I'll admit it.
भाई साहब.
I move fearlessly in most things, but I draw the line here. What if I Nico cut myself?
Try this.
सही नहीं लग रहा ना ये? Nope. क्या बात है?
Phillips.
बताना जरा इसका. ये should I keep it on bottom right or top right?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, now to the entire, just what I can say, mid-game segment, I guess, considering the first half is now over and it's quite a close half as well.
बताना हाँ.
I don't know how things are going to be looking like into the
क्या?
second half. Of course, a lot of question marks considering how back and forth this entire
देखता हूँ वरना right में कर
competition has
दूँगा.
been. It's really tough to say the wind is going to be in which team sails. But maybe as soon as the second half starts and this pistol
क्योंकि
round
official
breaks
है.
down, that's when we'll be able to find it out.
समझते नहीं लोग. बताओ.
I don't think the wind is in anybody's sail. There's a storm brewing out there, Necro, and it's looking to sink everybody if you don't adjust appropriately.
अभी बताओ. चलो start हो रहा है guys next half.
Okay, if it wasn't obvious,
Six,
that
six,
was a
six
bad
कहाँ जाएगा?
reference. Jesus.
Let's see.
Culture is missing.
Dude, what? How is it like Batman and Storm
13,
related, bro?
10.
There's a storm brewing out there.
Reckoning
No,
13.
The Gordon's iconic line.
बेटा होगा.
Oh,
Never
okay,
mind, never
okay,
mind.
I know. I now remember, man. Listen, we've been.
It's all right. It's all right. You're too laser focused on Valorant, which is a good thing,
Yeah,
Necro.
man.
I'll
One,
not distract
two,
you away
oh.
from.
Oh. Okay, well,
ये
you don't need to
कैसा
distract me because I do
ठीक
got
था.
my
ये
attention.
बोलना चाह रहे हो ना?
Exactly.
And
अपना
Reckoning
सामान
Esports
लगा
now,
रहा था.
they're looking to press the charges against Aster
Oh,
because they've got away
that's
with
my
murder.
ghost right there.
So they're looking to press charges onto the B side. At least that's what it seems like. Deadly 10,
Yeah.
a single man on a mission on to B to find at least one single opening, and so far his position's also compromised. So
और मरा भी तो उनका
get some
केज है
value
मरा.
before you get taken down. That's main Deadly 10's moto. 𝐃𝐲𝐲𝐬 still going for the jump spot, not able to spot anyone. Reckoning Esports
Spotted.
considering now they're also having a man disadvantage. They need to still find one kill at least to even things out, but 𝐿 are not even letting them have that.
Well,
Spotted.
At least they managed to bait Aduka out of position by sending the Trailblazer to its site. But now that the rest of the forces of Reckoning have arrived,
Oh, he's
I think
finishing
𝐿
kill.
have figured out what's going on.
Bad timing.
This toxin screen from the Viper
Double
is
pick
just
की जगह
really
single pick हो
making
गया.
them into very squishy targets.
मार्जिल खेल रहे हैं इनकी तरफ से.
Just Harbor Viper composition, man. So much
वो
visual denying you
है
kills
team में.
available. A good flash though to catch Aduka. Down only 10 HP,
Damn.
and Aduka will
1v2.
also take care of her.
No info.
At least Reckoning Esports, they're still
Info
trying
तो
to
winnable
return back
था.
the favor to Aster, but no is going to be the answer.
What a clean round.
God
Great
damn.
opening by killing Warrior at the very beginning, as the rest of the team of Reckoning Esports just try to floods in. Doctor's
कर रहा है
toxin
वो.
screen makes them all
I'm
very,
not
very
sure.
squishy. You don't even need headshots with those ghosts to deal with all of these players who are trying to plant that spike. And even when there was a fake attempted by Harsh towards the A side, they didn't really fall for it. The only person who changed his position was Aduka, and he also figured out what's going on, so he was able to get to his team quite quickly. Great adjustments from Aster, and just like that, they've got the superior weaponry now. This
चलो
will
let's
most
see.
likely be a 6-8
Thrifty
scoreline,
hoga.
unless Reckoning Esports hit some really nutty shots with the 2 sheriffs that they've purchased on Flabin.
Playing split, turret is mid.
Let me tell you, man, these anti-ecos, they've been quite anxious. It's really tough for any of their team to be just confident enough to straight up just press W key and hope for the best. But Aduka's Marshall needs to answer, and I'm sure it will. Deadly10 has managed to sneak so deep all the way in the back. This is some incredible amount of control that he's gotten so far. Hopefully,
space mil gaya, damn.
That he's going to be squeezing in all the way from the back lines, trying to find some openings. And now
या तो बहुत अच्छा मारेगा या तो
whiff
होगा.
towards the connector area. Marzul might just be caught off guard.
Spotted.
Marzul spotted. Deadly10 looking to strike, but he's still holding that trigger discipline. Please, yes, I
nice
so
one.
No, okay.
Double dose taken.
Goes for the straight up execution.
Yup, after getting that kill,
oh, they're going gay.
got
Okay,
so much to do now. His teammates are kind of split, and Aduka is turning them into mincemeat. He might just stop the plant as well.
Nice
Flabin
headshot.
somehow recovers in the nick of time, so the plant can continue. And now the backup has arrived as well, so Kishi has to deal with 𝐶𝐲𝐿 and Deadly first before he can deny the plant. But he doesn't need to because 𝐶𝐲𝐿𝐼 has arrived on the scene, and the Spectres are just running across, ripping them to shreds. After all that is said and done, after that heroic flank from Deadly10, his team still fails.
अच्छा flank था और kills मारना चाहिए था.
Actually.
हाँ पता नहीं B क्यों भागा.
This right here, man, that could have been way better if you pulled out the knife.
Call आया उसको तभी भाग गया.
I mean, it's not even about the knife anymore, right?
Already वो एक पे था timeless था इसलिए.
They were kind of telegraphic because pretty much the entirety of Reckoning Esports is just waiting outside of A main. They had a little control of art and they wanted to go to the A side regardless, which Aster was fully aware of. Yeah, Marzul dies. They lose an early player, that's not exactly a problem because even after Marzul died towards B-Link, there was no pressure towards B-Link from Reckoning Esports. They continued going towards the A site, and at best what would have happened after that is that Deadly10 can stop maybe one more rotation from happening, but he just simply wasn't able to do any of that. He was already present towards connector, the rest of Aster rotated via spawn. So again, that beautiful flank gives them only one little kill, whereas it could have given them the world.
Okay.
A main पे fight हो रही है.
Deadly.
Oof.
That once again, good flashes though from both the sides. Confirms a lot of information.
Anime Sky battle.
Esports who break free from the chains that are being built onto
4v3.
Or at least that are being wrapped upon them. 𝐶𝐲𝐿 is well able to get the arts control set up, and now it's a 4-on-3 man advantage in their hands. A site in the takings as well. It's going to be able to stop them from taking that A site pretty easily. Just able to get it in their hands. Seekers revealing a lot of positions too. You can see 𝐶𝐲𝐿 just walking onto that place. He hears Doxer fading away, but Doxer back. Oh, this is
damn. Okay.
React. Doxer gets caught. Kishi now, the only man left on the site, and his teammates all the way back in the dugout. Aduka finally steps his foot on the site. But now Aster, for them to get the site control back is just so tough.
Soft check.
Players are positioned all across the board, and now they will also need to win all the duels, which will be next to impossible.
So yeah, this is indeed
what
a
a
big
fake
problem,
by the way.
right? Aster
with the
doing
Sky
a pretty decent job. At least they were doing it in the last few rounds of keeping Reckoning away. But as long as Reckoning can get that plant down, their crossfires are solid. That player towards the left-hand side of dugout, then one towards Art. Those guys themselves have such a strong crossfire that 𝐻YPERX doesn't even need to show up.
ये round बहुत important है अब तो.
And yet 𝐻YPERX was out there putting pressure on with the trailblazer, with the guiding lights and everything else.
That's how you survive.
Let's see if Reckoning can replicate something like this again.
होगी.
Defaults though from Reckoning, quite spread out. You've got Deadly and Trist making noise towards B. You've got the Sky and Flabin putting pressure on A. Meanwhile, absolutely nothing towards mid. It's just 𝐶𝐲𝐿 holding shops and has started holding high mid.
Oh.
Again.
𝐶𝐲𝐿.
But this time Harbor. Oof, bhai.
Positions. Good blocking as well. What was that? That distraction that was being set up from them. Just looks away for a second. Voya peeks out in the perfect time and gets rid of the player in the close quarters. And out and over, you blink it and the sight controls already taken away from Aster.
Nice shot.
Just surpass in, push himself a little bit forward. Aduka's position compromised, but at least he was able to get one in his hands and also being suppressed. So he cannot even utilize the utilities that he's got left over onto that jet. Still not going to matter a lot, but Aster Army, at this point, any single support, any single utility can make a big difference for them.
Unlucky.
Oh, you don't even need utility. They never needed utility to get into the site. They won't need it now. Sheesh, that was one of the best contact plays I've seen. Reckoning just literally walked in. No sound, no utility. I mean, sure, there was pressure towards mid a little bit. There was some noise being made towards B, but that's not exactly enough to classify as a fake. I can't exactly call that noise being made towards the B site a fake. And I mean, what Reckoning did over here was extremely risky, right? I mean, in case, I believe, I don't remember who was playing from Flowerpot, but in case that guy peeks out and he sees them, then the entire contact play is ruined.
That's true. I felt like I was watching OG for a couple of seconds. But, Aster Army, shots taken, shots fired, and Reckoning Esports, they know there's a Guardian trained on the site, so you do not really want to mess around with it. The one-tap potential onto this gun is crazy.
Full retake.
Now Reckoning Esports just going for the plants. They do not really want a lot of smoke against their opponents.
No flanks.
Instead, just straight up position themselves for the post plants.
This
position needs to go nuclear, and that's why he's the only man present on the site. He's sort of the player who needs to have a massive surprise element on the side, and that's what he does. Able to surprise one of the players. Gets one down as well. Third one's lined up too. Doxer, though, stabs him in the back with his sheriff. And now it's all down to Doxer and Duka, the two glimmer of hopes, the massive pillars that Aster Army have got left over inside this round. Too much to deal with, a lot of pressure, and Reckoning Esports are going to pick him up.
Definitely did go nuclear over here. He blew up in Aster Army's faces. And yeah, Doxer was there to defuse that so-called nuke, but by the time it was already too late. And this is something that Reckoning Esports are always good at. Their post-plant crossfires are some of the most lethal ones in the entire tournament. I mean, even OG struggle against their post-plant crossfires sometimes.
That's true.
So I guess the win condition for Aster Army is clear enough now. Just stop them from getting into the site in the first place. You can't afford to let them plant at all. And on the back of this timeout, I'm kind of expecting Aster Army to pick up this thing. We might just start seeing a lot more aggression from Aster Army now.
Quincy, but not with me, please.
I really wonder what sort of information Vandalic's given away, but I'm loving these initial setups that Reckoning Esports are showing. They're always having Boya position in the mid. Just watching out for the lurk, making sure his teammates are not going to get stabbed in the back, and then the rest of his team is also able to clean out the site quite well enough. So even though the setup's looking quite classic, still Reckoning Esports is making it look pretty fancy. Operator.
Hello guys, welcome to the stream. Please like the stream. Let's set 20 likes. Thank you for being here.
Looking to activate. And Aduka is going to be positioned onto the A site. Reckoning Esports might just be walking into that trap.
As of now.
Even if one single kill is being tasted by Aduka, this can bring so much difference onto the game. And on the opposite side, on the B, there's only 𝐒𝐲𝐬 available with all of his util just placed onto that. As you like to call it, Crips, a microwave setup.
God damn.
Wow, what a
trade hai?
You forgot you called it microwave.
Everyone calls it that. That's not something I invented.
Oh. So I guess like it's sort of like the new thing where like you say, yeah, he just
nice, Ray.
Yeah.
I mean, damn.
I guess.
Peak with turret.
But it's time to let Deadly cook.
Full damage taken.
Deadly did try to cook, you know. He actually baited out quite a decent rotation. So at this point, Muzzle's kind of all over the place, right? His high tide is cutting across. It was cutting across the double door arts as well as A main, but he himself is holding towards B. And because of all this confusion, Aster Army like, screw it, we don't want to find it out ourselves. Let's just use the Seekers and figure out where these guys are. And most of the Seekers are heading towards the A site, which is correct. Reckoning Esports are about to breach in, and on the back of all this util, they will send everything inside. Flabin already deploys the smokes, but you have Aster Army trying to challenge them ahead of the smokes, ahead of the utility. The Reckoning also pushes Reckoning back.
Be safe.
And yeah, I guess saying the same word twice does kind of take away the effect from it. But it's the only way to stop Reckoning. There you go, I dropped it a third time.
𝐃𝐤𝐤𝐚 will get one.
HP only in the hands of 𝐃𝐤𝐤, and I was also now looking to close on the distance from the back.
Operator maybe.
Risky, and Reckoning Esports went for a last moment save. So I guess you can say that the Reckoning Esports should have just expected the fact that the opponents have a Reckoning available, and maybe they should have planned something new.
9-9 it is.
Try to bait that Reckoning. Maybe set a fake up on one of the sites so that Reckoning's baited out by Reckoning, and then after that Reckoning's that baited out by Reckoning, they can try to hit the other side because there's no Reckoning.
You reckon what I'm saying?
I do reckon, man.
We need to stop doing this. I mean, I'm pretty sure that we enjoy our humor. I'm not really sure if others are getting this
We
one.
are so childish. It's crazy, man. I'm pretty sure the people that are watching us, just listening us actually, they're probably getting
Bro, okay.
And that's all the jokes we have in store for you today. Thank you so much for coming to our TED Talk. Let's get back into the game. And oh my goodness, Voya really wants to bring us back.
𝐾𝐨𝐧𝐬 time
Is he going
or
to use
what?
this lockdown? I think he can. He can afford to do so. I mean, there's no other point trying to hold on to it. Plus, there's no utility that Aster Army can use that will destroy this lockdown or endanger it. What are they going to do? Dry peek it? Obviously not when Deadly's holding.
Okay.
But still, Reckoning take their sweet time.
Yeah. Tasmanian Tiger's out. He's on the hunt, looking to bite someone in the back. But instead, he gets bit with bullets. Aster Army.
Nothing has changed.
Yeah.
I mean, Reckoning are making noise over here. They're not falling back either. Rotations from Aster Army have arrived. So this round has basically entered a stalemate.
But the problem is that Reckoning Esports, considering they only have one controller
spot
available,
them.
they cannot even just straight up decide to breach in the
Okay.
site. They need a challenge head on with the guns. That's what they're trying to do. They were trying to play completely on the back of that firepower, but it just did not work out. And I guess it's one of the problems of having just one single controller on
Got
this
the
map.
op as well as the round.
I don't think the controller was even the problem. Even if they had a double controller, they probably would have lost in this round because they took such a long time to just enter the B site. And it's not like they're trying to spend a lot of time here to sell a fake and then go elsewhere. No, they want to commit towards the B site. So they don't keep their positions a secret. The trailblazer that was thrown ahead by 𝐃𝐤𝐤𝐿, all four people shot at it. So I don't really see what was going on over here. I mean, you could see it coming from a mile away that the lockdown would be invested by Reckoning, but yet they went in before the lockdown popped, before it fully detained anyone. So yeah, they basically just shot themselves in the foot. This was a throw round.
W push.
Oh well, I guess here we go. Reckoning Esports not really enjoying the taste of defeat in that previous round. So this
Bro, okay.
But Aduka, he's quite quick with it and quite slick. Delivers a blow, and that's a big one too with the shorty. And now Marshall as well looking to do the same thing, but still the spike goes down. It's not really going to matter a lot. Marshall stays in that same spot.
Another.
It's taken care of. Aduka able to return one back. It's a 3-on-4. Man advantage in the hands of the opponents. Aster Army looking good as ever before. Operators, of course, going to be a massive problem for them now that considering they've also popped out the HYPERX pit.
Life of a planter.
This is going to be a bit of a good news for the opponents. Aster Army, they've got the site control established. All they need to do is now take care of the players in the front. It's going to be quite a tough task, but they're still doing it quite nicely. And Aduka is delivering on the back of that operator. Voya is trying his best, but it's not going to get it done.
Aster Army, they really had to work to get this defuse. Reckoning Esports did a decent job, and I wonder if the previous round in which they placed the lockdown was just a little ruse, was just a little play for conditioning. Because the previous round was super slow, this round was super fast. Aster Army couldn't see it coming.
The two rounds.
अरे भैया मेरे को बाहर जाना है, मैं जा रहा हूँ.
Okay, bye. बहुत ही बढ़िया. अभी जाना था?
अभी मतलब they had Aduka use the cloudburst, hoping to get a couple of frags before Reckoning falls back to safety. And when they realized all of that's not working, Doxer said, "Screw you! I have a Viper spit. Good luck shooting into that."
Oh.
एक और बार
This
तो
is
dead.
quite a risky one, and he actually does not even shoot out.
Headshot.
It's going to cause so many issues for the opponents. Flabin now is also suppressed because of that. It's just going to put a little bit of sense of fear in Flavin's mind, so he's not going to peek out just yet. Voya gets rid of all the utility that was available in the link. So that at least a good one. Maybe it's going to distract the players of Aster Army a little bit more towards the link area. And that's what seems like it's happening so far. Deadly tense position compromise.
Another for Aster.
Back. Kill secured.
I don't think right now 3v5 is possible.
For Reckoning Esports, this is quite a tough affair, but they need to make it happen no matter what. And Voya is able to sneak all the way in the back. I don't exactly know what sort of a move that was for Marzil, but it actually worked out against them. And Flavin is able to squeeze one kill off his own.
Sky ka timing.
He's also got good timing. Might just be able to catch one player right here, and he probably will be able to do so. 𝐒𝐲𝐞𝐜𝐢𝐿. There's still one Viper on the site in the name of Doxer. Is looking for Voya to step in that smoke. And he executes him. 2-on-2
behind you.
Now it seems like they've been flipped in the favor of Reckoning, and Trist will shut down Marzil as well. That one little misplay from Marzil cost him this round.
1v2. Doxer's Viper Spit won them the last round, but now he will have to pull off something really miraculous to make this one happen.
Bro.
Luckily, there's no
5v3 to 1v2
on the spike that can delay the spike plant. If he could have tapped it, then they probably would have invested the gravity well, which would have, you know, made someone at least peek out. But yeah, Doxer's running out of time, running out of options, so he might as well just go for the
Damn bhai, just harbor ki wall ki wajah se he had
instant improvement.
A lot of cover to sneak in.
You remember this one round where Deadly just managed to get into its connector and he backstabbed, well, almost backstabbed Marzil. I thought he was gonna knife him and everything. You remember that round and how Reckoning failed inside it? Well, this was a carbon copy of that same round, except this time on the back of the control that Reckoning Esports acquired to its connector, they hit the appropriate site. In the previous round, Reckoning went from Art to its connector. They got control of B-Link, and his teammates had no intentions of coming to its B-Link at all. But this time, when they get that backstab and when they get that control from Waterfall from the back lines, his teammates also hit the ace site because the flanker is in appropriate positions to help them out. And Reckoning Esports instantly learned from that mistake. They're using something that happened like 7-8 rounds ago and putting that to use right now in one of the most crucial moments that could turn the game.
10-11 Crips, and Reckoning Esports looking at
11-11
scoreline once again. At least they were able to pull that round back in a just 3-on-5. So I'm loving that fact.
Let's see.
And Voya, you saw the way he was also able to just squeeze in.
Aduka with the op again.
That one little mistake, man, just cost Aster that round. And now that Aduka is also back onto Operator, problems will be stacked up
half armor.
each other for Reckoning.
Okay.
Operator needs to be countered, no matter what. And the only way to do that is just to wipe the Operator completely. And that's what the players of Aster were able to do.
Okay.
Deadly 10 was on his op.
Turret.
They were able to avoid it so successfully enough. Peeks out. Duka cannot go for a re-peek at that position because he will be dealt with if he does so. And Reckoning Esports, they've at least got the angle control so far. They've managed to also move quite deep in to the mid area. Looking to take the arts control in their hands too. Duka just holding that cross with the up.
Again.
Good jump spot from her.
Bro, deja vu.
That duel once again, and he will be taking
Same
care
place.
of. Second time he tried to do something like that onto the back of a complete dry peak, and it does not work out. The odds of Aduka missing that shots are quite low.
Exactly, and you can't afford to repeat the same thing again and again, hoping for different results. Some people call that the definition of insanity. I call it just Aduka being super consistent.
Huh?
But Marzil's about to get in a lot of trouble. There's a double peak coming towards him. He expects one, but does he expect the second? Absolutely not. Twist now has control, and Voya with a wonderful kill. This definitely will make things easier.
Viper is the only one holding.
Now, look at what...
Okay.
Yeah, what is the problem?
I said two players are softened up from Reckoning, so it shouldn't be tough for Aster Army to take him down.
Damn.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I thought the bigger problem was going to be Doxer, but
Operator.
I see that he's been appropriately dealt with. But that spent too much time, and this gives enough time for Kishi and Aduka to reposition.
10 seconds left.
Now the spike is
12
dropped in no
it is.
man's land. There's no way Triss can do anything about this.
Yeah. It's better if he just goes for the save over here, man. And maybe hope for an OT in the future. That's what all they can do.
But they don't have the
Reckoning Esports, the problem.
paisa.
The problem is
Hey,
that they're
actually,
losing out
they have.
players quite early off in the round, and that needs to be cut out somehow. They need to start playing together. I guess that's the only way you can do it.
True.
क्या लगता है बॉय लास्ट राउंड है क्या
Preventing player loss early on, not giving away first.
अभी बताऊंगा राउंड स्टार्ट होने के 10 सेकंड के अंदर बताऊंगा.
Can be a little difficult to implement, but I think the bigger problem to fix over here is their obsession with heading towards being late again and again. I mean, sure, it gets them kills.
Aster wins. Aster wins this
one. They're not
one.
able to always capitalize on this one. Out of the 3 times they've tried to go in for kinetic controls, they've only succeeded once.
Oh, really good suppress. Able to get a lot of information out of the back of that, and once again they're going to do the same thing, but luckily enough for them, they've managed to avoid the operator, but an instant lockdown's available from 𝐃𝐸𝐲𝐚𝐿, and a counter lockdown as well is available from Esports.
Okay.
Just dashes all the way in the back, and now also
Quick
wants to
cover.
get rid of that lockdown. He's done so perfectly done. Reckoning Esports, Reckoning is also going to be used against Reckoning, so
I'll utilize नहीं हो पाया सही से. Now निकाल सकते हैं. Reckoning can win this one.
Yeah, but now that Reckoning Esports has established the control of the side, they will not try to go for crossfires. Instead, they try to go for the fights. And they are the kind of team that loves fighting secret. But this isn't the way I expected this to go down.
Angle check.
Angled and checked. Flaven holds his ground. And as Aduka tries to frag him, Twist will spray him from the other side. He comes ahead of the high tide, hoping to provide backup. And he does. It's all
1v1.
And he's done it so many times before. But this time, it's different. This time, he's got his backs against the wall. He can end the game right here and now. Otherwise, we will go all over again. And he tries to go for the brief fire, but Boya strafes around.
Aster जीतेगा, are you
So
sure?
close, man. Way too close for comfort. But Reckoning Esports, barely hanging on.
4 ults.
Aster Army, they just need
I mean 3 ults actually utilized, but
one more round to extend this game to OT. Aduka with the Blade Storm, and the problem is that, and now a huge problem actually for Aster Army, they're struggling with the economy.
OT.
Oh, this is like the worst time to run out of money, man.
OT. By chance refuse हो जाता spike, तो maybe वरना OT.
Would be when you got a gun pointed at you and someone's trying to mug you, but we'll deal with that later on.
ऐसा है क्या pick?
Realize that Aster Army don't have much firepower. That's why they just want to send it in, and especially hitting shots like those. It can be a real nightmare. Aduka, he has an updraft of his own, a creative way to deal with goalie from all the way back. But
bro, nice try. वापस नहीं. Nice.
He felt desperate enough to stop.
They were prepared for it.
He had to go for that kind of a play, but only if he did it not alone. Maybe if he just swung out with 3 more people, it would have made a difference. Now it leaves them very vulnerable, and the only person who can save them is 𝐃𝐸𝐲𝐚. But he's been detected already.
Yeah, the play that he tried to make, he did that once in the past, so that's why it did not work out this time. Dome was utilized from the opponents, but it's still not going to matter at all. Once again, Aster Army just causing themselves so much trouble, considering they've lost all the players in the early off, and now it's all down to Doxer with only 42 HP, 2 bullet shots.
They won't peek. They won't peek.
And he's still
nice shot,
to make a comeback.
But no.
Good pick though onto Trist. So much value being found. Doxer is trying his best to pull this back in his hands, and now also pops out the Viper's pit. But Voya's got a good timing. Reckoning Esports, that could have been way too close than that.
Yeah, it shouldn't have been this close in the first place, but Doxer did a really good
I
job
agree,
of
PK, but
trying to just isolate those fights.
It's
and
OT time.
I should be giving credit to Reckoning for winning the round and pushing this game into overtime, but they almost slipped up over there. The last time something like this happened, the last time Doxer deployed his Viper's pit, Reckoning lost a round they shouldn't have. And I was starting to get deja vu all over again, but then Voya says, not to worry, my friend, not to worry. This overtime, we have this in the bag.
अब क्या होगा? You have to win 2 more rounds to win. So either 14-12 or another OT 13-13.
They will definitely be devastated, so they need to win this one out. Side switched. Deadly 10 goes for the operator once again.
Oh damn.
High risk, high reward. But this man has got a lot of potential on that gun, but so far on defense, he wasn't really able to activate himself. And he's also once again on the opposite side. Aster Army looking to hit up the A side this time, but they have been blocked off so far. A good smoke and a good timing onto that too. Trist as well, realizing the fact that there is some firepower needed, so he's going to decide to back off all the way towards Hearts.
Meanwhile, Aster Army continue doing their best to break all the 𝐾𝐸𝐲𝐚 till they can. They can hear the turret across the corner, so 𝐾𝐸𝐲𝐚 really wants to just destroy it. Hopefully send the message that they're defaulting, but they actually aren't. They're just moving in for a B crunch. They're getting into
Mage
the right
Punk
positions.
knife.
Now, luckily
Operator
for
hold and
Aster,
B.
Reckoning also aren't playing
Wall
that
आया,
aggressively,
call गया,
so Reckoning won't have any
rotation.
early information about this push. They will still have to wait on the back of this cascade.
Deadly will get one.
Reckoning can only play a guessing game. So Aster have the surprise element still. Rotations haven't arrived.
bhai.
Takes away, Deadly misses, and Marzel punishes
Did I
him.
jinx it?
Now the problems begin.
Nice shot.
Problems indeed begin, but Voya, he's got his teammates back. Gets one, instantly backs off all the way
Nope,
to the back
bad
as well.
timing.
This time, 𝐃𝐨𝐬𝐿, the flag's not going to work out. Reckoning Esports, they're able to keep things intact, even inside the Seagate round. Shorty pulled out, Voya gets one, backs off to safety. Doxer
One
gets
more,
the
one
drain
more,
down.
one more.
And now it's a 3-on-2.
Nah.
Right, Voya
Knife
didn't
नहीं
really
निकालना था.
expect the man to be so
2v2.
close. Flabin and Hirsch, the last two players alive, and for Aster, it's Doxer and 𝐃𝐲𝐢𝐿, as Doxer's dealt with by Hirsch. It's going to leave 𝐃𝐲𝐢𝐿 all by himself, and even he gets taken care of. Hirsch, once again, steps massively for his team.
Yeah, Reckoning might win this one.
Just playing this like a fiddle. Their post plans are not just good on the attacking side, but
Reckoning
even
ka
on defense,
attacking
they
is
know
working,
how to
so
break
Reckoning
open
might
the
win
crossfire
this.
or
Should
two.
be 14-12. Should be 14-12.
Aster, that really just tried to play on the site itself rather than falling back. Plus, they lost quite a lot of members in the process of just planting it, right? Especially when Voya is feeling adventurous. He's able to tank that poison cloud. Sorry, not the poison cloud. He's able to tank that snake fight, steer down the pillar,
Timeout.
get one
Okay.
before the cove is deployed, then jump into the cove again for a second shorty kill. And it's these kind of shenanigans that keep Reckoning Esports afloat.
13-12, ladies and
क्या
gentlemen.
लगता है?
Reckoning Esports having a little edge over the
I
players
think
of
Reckoning
Aster.
would take it. If
And
this
now
timeout
they're
works
gonna
for
be
Aster,
pushed
then
back
Aster
on
le
the
jayega.
defense and Reckoning on the offense. Once again, the pressure's
Should
going
be
to start
Reckoning.
some out. As I said, these two teams are really good when it comes to defense.
Let's see, BK.
but
Best of
their
3.
offensive side has been a little
Lower bracket
questionable
finals. Tomorrow will be grand
throughout the
finals.
playoffs, or you can just say throughout their VCSA journey in general. But now
Attack
this
कौन कर
offensive
रहा है?
round's going to mean so much
Attack
for
कर रहा है
Reckoning
Reckoning.
Esports. This is their map pick, so they need to
I
win
guess
this
this
one
is
no
it.
matter what.
Backs against the wall. Aster must
Let's
win
see.
this map. They will try to force this game into another overtime. If they don't, they will be going into their own map pick with a disadvantage.
कल तो आप देखने जाओगे. Yes.
But I guess things are worse for Reckoning Esports, right? If they lose their own map pick, then things will be even more uncomfortable for them.
Indeed.
Next is Bind. मजा आएगा Bind देख के. Oh my god.
I don't think either of these teams want to go to Fracture. That is just too chaotic for either of them. Luka though, with the glass cannon off, he's playing dangerous games and he's about
Too
to get
early.
swung.
Too early.
Deadly 10 out of the picture already.
बताओ
they
trade
can't
भी नहीं
catch him
हुआ.
on the fallback. They sprayed him down. He lost most of his
Miscommunication
HP,
हो
but
रहा है.
at least the op's still alive. Now it's up to Marzel to make a difference, and he will just pluck them all through the
Traded.
woodworks. Trades back and forth, all the place, everywhere. But still, there's no direction towards this hit from Reckoning.
किसको पड़ा था?
They haven't really fully committed to a site yet. Oh, and now they won't get to commit either.
Nice भाई. Time out ले लेना चाहिए था. I guess time out ने थोड़ा F कर दिया.
But what can they
Time
do?
out पड़ा ना उसको मरा वो.
It's just tough in general. Trista's position's compromised too. And Reckoning Esports this round, it seems like it's already starting to fade away from their hands. A 1-on-4, it is doable, but still, something miraculous needs to happen. If Trist is able to somehow isolate these duels, then yeah, it's going to be a date with Destiny, but I highly doubt so. 𝐃𝐨𝐬𝐿's got an off-angle.
Yeah, 𝐃𝐨𝐧𝐬 high.
Shut Trist down. Aster able to bring it back
Arey,
once again, and
oh
they
my
take us to
God,
another OT.
Yes.
Oh my
Another overtime
God.
ensues. And the problems for Reckoning Esports
Another
on the
OT.
attacking side continue. Their
चलो
defaults
boys, सट्टा
actually
लगाते हैं.
have a decent intent. I mean, they want to pick up
bet लगाते
fights,
हैं.
they want to get some early kills and then make a commitment, which is understandable and everything. But in order to actually do that, you need to start sticking together and picking up those fights. Or rather, should I say, force those fights. You can't expect Aster to offer them to you. Because when they offer you fights, it will mostly be a Duka with an op who's just staring you in the face. Well, this time, seems like Aster has heard what I said about Reckoning, and they are looking a lot more aggressive. Trailblazer towards B-Link, at the same time a triple push out towards Arts. A reverse
Bhai
is going
sahab.
on, but I don't think there's any follow-up on the back of it. Flabin also can't hold on.
Okay.
Aster are just
Nice.
tearing a hole in this defense
Very
and
nice.
punching through. And this time, Reckoning have no control on A main either. So this is
I don't think
looking
2v4.
more and more problematic.
I don't think. Let's see.
It indeed is.
Nope.
For Reckoning,
13-14 this time.
up in life to get this entire retake off. Oh, it seems like expecting a little bit too much.
Abhi time hai PK. Let's see.
For Aster Army, look at their post-plant positions. They're playing so disciplined, and it doesn't seem like they've got any intentions of even peeking out for a single second. They're just doing some shoulder peeks, taking a couple of shots, falling back, just trying to chip away a lot of damage on the opponents. And now it's all down in Deadly 10. Gets into half, falls back, and he won't be dealt with. Aster Army, they play that pretty tight. And now, as Aster Army have got their advantage on the second overtime, once again, a chance for Reckoning Esports to bounce back on their attack, which they have been struggling so far to do so.
13-15 हुआ तो जीतेगी Aster. 2 rounds का difference.
That's true. When do these struggles stop?
Harukan operator.
Joy begin. Is there any joy to be found in this match? The last Army put them out of their misery. All these questions, they're just kind of boggling you right now, and they're taking a turn for the Doc. Doctor puts up a normal poison cloud rather than a one-way. Interesting. I mean, there's still quite a lot of defense on beat link, regardless of whether there's a one-way presence or not. They'll probably make contact with
nice shot, Ray.
The other guy will also swing, but Doctor's flash, so he cannot swing. There's no trade possible. That's the opening Reckoning needed.
Nice flash.
Strike one, acquired to its beam.
Nice
now
start.
they need to put pressure elsewhere.
वो फ्लैश होके पीछे हटा, सामने जो था वो मरा. 5v4 ऑपरेटर. वाओ. B तो free है.
Actually,
all on Kohli.
A response from Aster Army because they double push out of A-main and they don't see anything. And now because of that push, they realize that Reckoning is hitting B, but it might just be a bit too late because Kohli doesn't have any time to fall back. No response.
Oh damn, nice shot.
Oh, what a shot from Doxer though. Was able to find out a haircut onto one of the opponent players, and now Trist as well, just going for the plant. That's a perfect snake bite onto the feet of the Trist.
Yeah,
but still, it's
spike
not
is
gonna
planted. I don't think retake over.
3-on-4 odds stacked with the players of Reckoning Esports so far. Their defense
nice pull.
This post-plant scenario, and what a good timing on that gravity well too. Just pulls back the player who was looking to clear out the back sight, and now Aduka with the operator. He's got the stick to strike someone down in the front, but the
nice trade.
Giving away, but they're quite perfect too.
14-14.
Swing off of each other. Reckoning Esports.
14-14.
So phenomenal.
Hello, all rounder. Welcome back. Yes, thank you for being on the stream. Please like the stream. Let's hit 20 likes.
They are manifesting whatever they wanted to create since regulation, but they only bring it to fruition in the overtime. And we go into yet another one.
OT.
I have to admit though, Reckoning Esports, once they get this plant down, their crossfires look very solid. But off late, they've kind of been shooting themselves in the foot by trying to default for too long, and then they don't have any intent on the back of it.
Zoom next bind है. How can you miss bind?
Fixing the
𝐒𝐸𝐿 जी 1 minute. इस round के बाद करता हूँ.
This definitely gives them a leg to stand
फिर
on.
रुको, let me try.
Now it's Aster Army's turn to prove that once again.
Oh, Reckoning Esports. Deadly 10, I like this aggression from the player, trying to be aggressive, it's trying to be too cheeky.
Miss
Well.
Hua.
But unfortunately, he hits that shot.
Of course,
but
Miss
it's
Hua.
through the wall.
Really?
Wow, nice Ray, nice cover.
He's been hitting so many shots.
Official watch party GOP, official.
Left alive with a decent amount of HP for them to try and retaliate and also get a couple of return frags.
Bro!
He beats fucking Trist.
No way!
Throw him down after Army. You blink it and you miss it. That's an you see 3 players lost from Aster, and now Doxer out and over is the only player and the only glimmer of hope up for Aster Army. That timing from Trist was so perfect, but you can also call
Zoom
it
drag
play.
kill switch to VC please.
Oh my lord, you need to hit the replay button for that one. Doxer has a near impossible task on his hands. He's about to get quadruple peaked. And this is the worst thing that you can do to a player. Still he's fighting back, still he's dinking them.
Damn भाई क्या निकाला है.
Just channeled all of that energy into that one. What on earth was
got it, Zoom,
this?
got it. Bro, I thought he whiffed and then he got 3k. Damn.
Oh, borderline
Guy just
criminal.
went full Rambo mode.
No, even Rambo can't pull this off, dude. Rambo is just one dude with an Odin spraying 1,000 bullets at an A-10 aircraft. flying on low altitude. This guy, he's flicking his mouse across. At one point, I was worried he would.
Yeah, Zoom, I dragged him. Apologies for the.
But after Aster Army lost Marcel, they had to make this play. They had to go towards connector and try to pull a page out of Reckoning's playbook. I guess Reckoning won't let them do the same thing that they were like doing, right? Trist is like, nah, you can't use my own play against me. This thing, it's reserved for Deadly 10. Now Reckoning look to deliver the finishing blow. Aduka once again on glass cannon, but this time he's on the wrong side. He won't be here to stop this push in time. Best that can happen right now is that Kishi,
definitely.
he can pop the nanobombs and delay the push for a little bit, but Reckoning instantly decapitates him. Doctor tries his best, but he too will lose his life, and the spike can get easily planted. The seeds of doubt are being planted deep inside the minds of Aster Army, and soon they will sprout into a beanstalk. Not unless Aduka can save the day, not unless he can trim out the leaves.
Oh, that was really good blind. Warriors position compromised. A good dome too to try and get the defuse done. And now Reckoning Esports. He did actually tap and fall back, so that's why Reckoning Esports are now sort of in a massive discomfort. They know Voya is still all the way in the back lines, but a good shot from Deadly 10 to find that kill. And now it's all down to Marcel. It seems like the first map is going to be in the name of Reckoning Esports. Marcel's got too many players to deal with, and he will be taken care of. That was way too close to comfort, but still in the end, it's Reckoning Esports to close it off.
Flavin हमेशा करता है ऐसा, always.
In the lower bracket finals is taken by Reckoning Esports. And also Flavin once again coming up with a victory dance.
He always comes up with new ones. He always comes up with those cool moves. But I guess his moves inside the game were cooler today. The coolest, however, has to be Trist. That triple kill from him saved the day. What a moment to step up. What a way to showcase brilliance.
Damn.
That's what I said, right? You cannot
Next up is bind, by the way. Next up is bind. Bind देख के और मजा आएगा.
Chris realized that one of his teammates is just stuck towards connector, so he knew that he needs to press on and help his teammate and give it a little bit more firepower. But luckily enough for him, the Jet used her smoke and Trist pushed through that smoke, delivering a massive blow to the opponent. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot to break down, and we will break it down after a short break.
Hi, what's up?
10 minutes break, guys.
Yay.
हाँ जी पीके कुछ कह रहे थे आप. Aster भी जीत सकती है if they win bind. Then map goes to the third match. Fracture. Match goes to the third map. उल्टा ही बोल गया. Wake me up when bind. How to wake you up, Zoom? ये. ओके जब मैच स्टार्ट होगा तब आते हैं वापस गाइस. आओ थोड़ा जस्ट स्टार्टिंग करें.
सो मदर भैया मुझे आपकी थोड़ी हेल्प चाहिए होगी जब बॉय की स्ट्रीम खत्म हो जाए. जब आप फ्री हो जाओ.
नहीं.
क्यों नहीं?
बिल्कुल नहीं.
क्या बात है?
क्यों नहीं? व्हाई नॉट?
चिट चैट यस.
सीट साथ.
और भाई पीके डिड यू प्ले रेनबो टुडे?
चिट चैट
sit sad होगा. sit sad होगा.
Damn भाई my left leg is dead.
मुझे हेल्प ये चाहिए थी कि रुको.
उसको रुकने के लिए हेल्प चाहिए थी. उसको रोक दो जरा.
नहीं
कहाँ रोकना है?
नहीं कहीं नहीं रोकता.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Man.
The fuck PK what?
ये क्या लिख रहा है? उत्सव दबा दो.
हैं? क्या?
Leg. Why is the left leg dead? Because na nerve खिंची हुई है उसकी actually.
Oh. So they were talking about your left leg.
नस खिंच गई तेरी.
बहुत टाइम से खिंची हुई है हमारा.
मैं खींच के सही जगह ला दूं क्या?
नहीं रहने दो आप.
हाय फ्रॉम फोन.
अब फिर अगर तूने बोला ना कि 1-2 मिनट में मैं जा रहा हूँ गलती से भी तो फिर देखना.
गाइस आप गाय का दूध पीते हो भैंस का?
भैंस का.
बॉय अप.
काओ.
मदर भैया आप.
वो मेरा.
गुड कॉमेडी।
नहीं, मैंने भैंस का दूध पीना शुरू किया, फील्स गुड।
नाइस।
किसका पीना शुरू किया?
भैंस भैंस।
हेलो
मुझे
विजित।
टेस्टी लगता है।
तू बाहर है ना उत्सव?
हाँ बाहर ही।
काम चल रहा है?
नहीं मैं एक्चुअली घर के काम से आया था।
अच्छा, कब तक है काम?
लग जाएगा
उत्सव एस्ट्रा शुक्ला।
20 मिनट।
और छोटी खत्म हो गई क्या? नहीं, एक्चुअली वी राइट बैक है, वी आर ऑन ब्रेक, सो दैट्स व्हाई।
सामान का कुछ देखना था तो वही।
ये वॉच पार्टी दिल्ली में
वॉच पार्टी दिल्ली में होनी चाहिए थी। मैं कल जा रहा हूँ एक्चुअली।
कहाँ जा रहा हूँ?
फाइनल्स देखने इसी के।
अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा, अलाउ करते हैं क्या वो?
टिकट है ना
अरे
अवेलेबल?
टिकट खरीदिए भाई।
अच्छा अवेलेबल है क्या?
यस यस, पहले तो ऐसे ही था। ये है छतरपुर से। ये देखो विराट पाक कितनी देर का होता है? बीआरबी 10 मिनट्स। कहाँ पे फाइनल्स?
और भैया
दिल्ली। हाँ जी।
भैया आप कुछ कह रहे थे जब मैं जा रहा था, आपने कुछ बोला फिर रुक गए, क्या क्या था?
मुझे नहीं याद भाई, ऐसे थोड़ी याद रख के बैठूं, कैसे चलेगा ऐसे?
इसको बोला था आपने।
नो, आई डोंट रिमेम्बर।
You forgot me?
Okay. बाइंड कौन जीतेगा क्या लगता है? रेकनिंग, एस्टर?
रेकनिंग।
लेट्स सी।
वो काफी कॉन्फिडेंट ऐसा लग रहा है मुझे।
एस्टर ने भी बहुत अच्छा वो करा था।
ऑलमोस्ट
है ही।
ऑलमोस्ट। कौन सा ब्राउजर है? एज।
लाइक सारे बंदे एटलीस्ट मुझे लग रहा है कि देखने मिलेगा कि किसी ने 1v2 करा ही है, मतलब 2 किल्स 2 के निकाला है, वो तो है
भैया। जनरल चैट
थोड़ा दिमाग से खेल रहे हैं जी। ये क्या है क्या?
हेल
ये क्या है?
इज दैट?
ये मसाज वाली मशीन।
आप पहले लैपटॉप पे मेल चेक करो।
ओके।
इसमें बहुत सारी सेटिंग्स हैं।
समझ रहा हूँ।
आप वर्क फ्रॉम होम में हो मगर भैया?
1 से 7। हाँ
नाइस, क्या बात है।
कब से वर्क फ्रॉम होम? कब से?
आज।
ओह, डेट पे गए थे क्या?
नहीं।
बीजीएमआई कब खेलोगे सब हमारे साथ?
यार मैं कहाँ आ पाता हूँ?
पिच पे है होगा मे बी, आई डोंट नो, आई एम नॉट श्योर।
आप तो शिफ्ट चेंज करने वाले थे ना?
लेकिन फिर नहीं करी, बाद में जरूरत पड़ेगी ना।
नाइस मसाजर मदारा भैया।
मरादा भैया।
कान में घुस कैसा है भाई ये?
भैया ये कौन सा फ्रीक्वेंसी है भैया? हंसी का
भाई जब सोचो नहीं सुनेंगे तभी सुनना पड़ता है।
तब कोड सुनेंगे ना। हेलो कोड।
मरादा भैया, मरद बोल देते।
डम भाई।
मगर मैं खाते खाते चोक करके मर गया, तुम लोगों की गलती।
हमारे से कोई गलती नहीं है।
चोक कर गया?
खाने पे चोक करके मर गया।
6:30 बजे कौन सा खाना खा रहे हो?
कुछ खा रहा हूँ।
कुछ
मरादा को खा रहे
हैं? में क्या? अपने
अंडे।
मर्द को खा रहे हो क्या?
अरे
नहीं, अंडे।
अंडे?
यप।
बाइंड देख के मजा आएगा। बाइंड का वेट हो रहा है मुझे।
5।
ओके नाइस।
बाइंड पे क्या होगा, क्या लगता है? रेज होगा, जेट होगा?
रेज होगा। नहीं जेट ही होगा।
जेट और रेस कॉम्बो हो तो मजा आ जाए, बट मेरे को लग नहीं रहा, एक ही डुएलिस्ट होगा लग रहा है मुझे।
जेट ही लेंगे।
हाँ डुअलिस्ट एक ही लेंगे।
व्हाट इफ ऑल ऑफ अ सडन रेना दिखे?
पीआरएक्स नहीं है ना, ये नहीं ले सकते।
हैं? ये कैसा
पीआरएक्स
सेंस
रेना
है?
खेलती है,
जो
नहीं
कॉम्प
खेलेंगे
लाएगी एक
रेना।
टीम में भी। और एनर्जी का क्या कॉम्प था श्रेयांश जी? और आप कहाँ देख रहे हैं मैच? यहाँ नहीं, अगर श्रेयांश जी बुरा लगा।
मैं क्या करूँ, चलो हम लोग एक बनाते हैं गाइस, टीम बनाते हैं, क्या करें?
नाइस।
फिर ई स्पोर्ट्स खेलेंगे।
फिर आप बोलोगे अल्ट क्यों लगा दी इसने?
अब यार भैया देखो, अब आप कभी कहते हो कि बिना गालियों के स्ट्रीम करूंगा मैं, यार फिर आप ऐसी बातें बोलोगे, फिर मैं वो नेचुरली ऐसे निकल जाती है मेरे मुंह से।
तो फिर नेचुरली आप सो जाओ जाके, एक काम करो।
यहाँ नहीं सो सकता भाई, मैं हार्डवेयर की शॉप पे आया।
क्यों? आपका
अपना
हार्डवेयर
सॉफ्टवेयर
खराब
चेक
हुआ है
कर।
क्या?
देख लो गाइस,
हार्डवेयर लेने गए हो क्या?
ऑलराउंडर
एक
ट्राइंग
बुढ़ापा
टू।
जोक है, एक उनका साथ दे रहे हैं।
गाइस प्लीज लाइक द स्ट्रीम, लेट्स सेट 20 लाइक्स एंड लेट्स सी कब तक स्टार्ट होगा। होता होगा आई गेस 2-3 मिनट के अंदर। कल जाना है मैच देखने, और आंगडान वर्सेस एस्टर हो गया, रेकनिंग पता लगेगा, देखते हैं। और सबसे बड़ी बात, बेस्ट ऑफ 5। लास्ट टाइम इट वाज आंगडान वर्सेस गॉड्स रेन, जो कि 3-0 आंगडान वॉन इन स्प्लिट 1। लेट्स सी अब क्या होगा। रेज, हार्बर, वाइपर, स्काई, जेट। लेट्स सी, मे बी।
मेरे आज जीटीएमआई की स्ट्रीम्स हैं भैया,
कब?
8 और 9। 8 बजे और 9।
वेरी नाइस।
आओ, आपके लिए स्लॉट खाली करवाऊं।
आई एम फाइन। आई विल गो प्रो इन रेनबो 6 मोबाइल, थैंक यू।
12 को आएगा यार, फिर मैं भी खेलूंगा आपके साथ।
मैंने अभी रैंक चेक करी लीडर बोर्ड में, लास्ट में 6000 समथिंग रैंक पे था, वापस में 10 के समथिंग पे आ गया। सो लोग कितना ग्राइंड कर रहे हैं।
अच्छा, कितना पिंग आता है भैया?
नो आइडिया, नो ऑप्शन।
तो नहीं होता।
नो,
बट फिर भी ऐसे गेस करो, फिर भी मतलब ऐसे
नहीं आइडिया भाई।
आइडिया तो होता ही होता है।
सिंगापुर के सर्वर होंगे ना अभी, इंडिया के तो होंगे नहीं।
नहीं डेफिनेटली नहीं।
तो वही 70-80 मान के चलो से।
What
10 मिनट
fix?
है नहीं।
Please don't throw again. कॉमेडी चैट भाई, होता होगा स्टार्ट अभी कुछ टाइम।
मेरे में से शो आ रहा है।
ऑफ कोर्स।
बंद करूं?
फोन ही बंद कर दो, मैं रेनबो खेल रहा हूँ। नाइस जियो भाई। क्या लगता है कौन जीतेगा, रेकनिंग एस्टर? मतलब कौन दिखेगा कल फाइनल्स के लिए?
रेकनिंग।
Very nice month to release Rainbow Six Siege.
Oh right, almost forgot about that.
Yeah.
इससे याद आया, जरा बात कर लेते हैं उनसे।
चलो गाइस, आई एम गोइंग, मैं जा रहा हूँ ऑर्डर देने।
फोन चलाने के लिए चश्मा पहन रहा है आदमी।
अरे यार हद हो गई।
बाय बोल दो मुझे।
बाय उत्तू भैया।
बाय बोलो।
बाय
भैया, बाय बोलो।
बाय।
बाय।
पम पम पम। हाँ जी
अच्छा, उनका
बताएं।
स्टाइलिंग पार्टनर फिलिप्स है आपका?
दोनों का।
Okay.
Yes. Why do you ask, mate?
I was just asking it.
Okay.
Randomly asking.
मैं आया, मैच शुरू होगा तब।
Okay.
What do you mean by official watch party?
Official watch party means that it's an official watch party.
तो कैसे official, like उन्होंने आपको officially invite करा ऐसा कुछ?
Yes, like that application thing is, so I applied in that, so I got the mail that I am permitted to host a watch party. Yay, we are back.
Yay.
Nice timing.
The way Reckoning does it, it's quite different, and that's what makes them stand out.
Is that a Hyundai car?
Yeah. i20.
Is them being able to adapt and when you're
Bro, what? एक second.
ये क्या हो गया?
I'm confused. What?
Playback 2 कर रखा है भैया आपने.
And then you can also talk about God's Ring in general. But the way Reckoning does it,
Oh,
is
what
different,
the
and that's what
fuck?
makes them stand out than all the other teams.
But उससे तो आगे जाना चाहिए ना?
Normal करो पहले.
How many of the times are actually going to come
Let me refresh.
Them being able to adapt, and when you yourself are in the driving seat,
हो
how
जाएगा
many times
अपना
are
सही.
actually going to be able to come up with a new scratch?
मैं डर गया.
Okay, now it's a side hit. We know exactly what they did last time, so let's go and easily counter that. So it's just brilliant.
Who's this guy on the right?
That's
exactly
why
weird
they
वाला.
plan on this, right? The amount of protocols that
एक
they have,
minute,
it's not even funny. They have so many of these sentences planned out where they basically say, if X happens, then we do Y, if happens, then we do this. So those if-then equations are just present for Reckoning by abundance, and they have a lot of those protocols.
हाँ जी,
That's exactly
अब
why
बताएं.
they are such a dangerous team to go up against, because they will always have one or the other counts prepared for you. This time, though, the
Aster
element surprise comes from
Aster
their
army का जो
Voya picks up the radar.
कौन है
Now,
वो,
I'm not
उसका
surprised by the
नाम
radar
नहीं
pick,
पता.
but I didn't expect Voya to be the one to do this.
Beard
Meanwhile,
वाला.
Flabbin has picked up the harbor, which
He
is
looks
all that
good.
Oh,
surprising.
of course you
This is
like him
great
because of
control
his
the
beard,
pass,
right?
But I haven't really seen him play
Yes,
this
I
particular
do.
character.
There's
On the
something
other
wrong
hand,
with you.
Aster Army, they have no surprises. Aduka on
No.
Raze, Kishi on Sky.
Like him for his
We
gameplay.
expected all
Let's
this.
go.
Mars
Okay, Reina कौन बोल रहा था नहीं होगा? Reina Jet
So I would love to see how
and
he
Raze.
combines his tripwires with Doctor's Poison Clouds.
Double controller.
That
Wow.
really could send a number to Reckoning.
Double controller, double
So
duelist.
far, the counter utility has pushed
What?
Aster Army back.
Double duelist and
Although
double
Reckoning,
controller. Okay.
even though Deadly jumped into the TP at one point, has now made it back to safety. So Reckoning also doesn't have much
Raze,
to worry
Harbor,
about.
Viper, Skyjet. Raze नहीं है.
Aster
Harbor,
Army though, they're quite spread
Viper,
out, you know.
Sky. Okay.
I think they're
Different
about to
comp.
pinch teleporters on the Bath area. They've got 2 outside of B main already, and the other 2 just about to make contact over here. Just waiting for the TP jump.
Frenzy
Meanwhile, the
close
spike
range
isn't
by
anywhere close to either of
very
these
dangerous.
sides. And yeah, the jump comes through. This was Deadly's cue
उन्होंने
to
realize
fall
कर लिया
back.
भाग्य पीछे.
He can't exactly hold on
Nice
to that area
shot.
by himself,
Oh, wow.
but he can continue spamming through the smokes, and that should work brilliantly.
Bro, timing.
Indeed it does, and now the trades are equally on the board too
Nice.
for both these
Nice.
teams. Flabbin though still looking to strike back and sting back to the opponents. Able to find 2 of his own. The frenzy in close quarters can definitely be quite deadly, but unfortunately for
3v2.
Twist, this time the spray does not really work out in his favor. But still, Doxer's quite softened up, and Voya, a good shot onto his opponent. Doxer with only 22 HP still is able to get the drive-by done. And considering how low he is, and he's still able to make it out alive. 1 bullet should seal the deal onto this player, but still you can clearly see the amount of fear he's able to instill into his opponent's heart. It's crazy. Now looking to find the players and isolate the duel against them, but Flabbin, as I
Aji
said,
lacks
all he
stopping
needs to
power
do
on
is
defense,
1 single bullet, and that's it.
Attacking comp.
Esports really loved spiting as a unit,
Only the dog
and it was visible
or the
from
wall
minute
can
1.
stop.
Deadly 10 jumps into teleporters from B long to Bat. He somehow gets away scot-free.
Maybe third map जाएगा. Let's see.
This
Let's
comes
see.
to bite Aster Army back so hard later on. Aster Army also pull off something similar, you know. They jump into TPs to take control of path really quickly, but then without having too much A-shot control, by sending 4 players in via bat, they were just basically running into the traps placed. I mean, all that Reckoning have to do is just spray down that narrow corridor and they get all that they require.
Flash इन्होंने दिया.
And making it look simple. Just getting all the frags required.
Satchel.
These unarmored opponents are nothing to him. Look at him! Just basically bird hunting. Flabbin also helped him out over there, and Voya is not afraid of pushing out smokes.
cover.
Apparently they're not afraid of running out of bullets either.
Yeah, for a second I thought that was Deadly who hit that shot, but then I looked at the kill feed and I was like, okay, it's Flabbin who got that bird. And he clipped his wings, but yeah, it's just the second
Flabbin
round, so
feeling it.
you are going to expect massacre, but considering Reckoning Esports, they've still got 2
Flabbin
Vandals
is the
and
guy
a
who's
Bulldog on
dancing,
the board.
right?
There's a high chance this round
What?
too can be countered by
Flabbin
them.
is
If
the guy
those
who
2
was
Vandals are able
dancing.
to find
Yeah.
value, Voya and Deadly 10. Personally, as I said too, when I saw Voya for the first time on this map, I said, I really want to see this player on the duelist role. He's so capable of getting so many frags if he's going to be playing that. And so far, he's doing a phenomenal job.
Wow, nice.
What's better about Voya is that he really knows when to push out of smokes and when not to. So I guess he's capable of making those surprise plays, but this time none of the surprises are working for Reckoning Esports. Not even 10 seconds into the round and they've already lost most of their forces.
Flawless or what?
Notice is that pushing against Aster Army is one of the biggest mistakes you can make. This was the same thing that Reckoning Esports tried to do in the map of Pearl, if you remember, and they always got countered on their defense. So pushing against them is one of the biggest mistakes you can make, and you might as well respect Aster Army's presence on the map.
But you can't afford to give them too much map control, right? So at some point, Reckoning will have to either push to gather information or find other ways of gathering information. And it can't always be Harsh with his flashes, just doing the dirty work. I mean, he's a Sky. He's supposed to not only gather information, but also set up the plays for his teams. What kind of plays will he set up if Reckoning don't play aggressively?
Got one.
Here we
Nice.
go. Instant TP and Marzo's on the other side just waiting. Aster Army.
Chalo, flawless nahi
Round,
hua.
a really good round. They've only lost out on one gun, so it's not that big of a crack into their economy just yet. Looking pretty solid. They've also got a lot of credits saved up for them in the future.
So I want to touch upon the point you made over here. You're right. Reckoning, they can't afford to play aggressively all the time. They certainly can't afford to play aggressively at the start of the round when Aster Army is holding their defaults, waiting for them to push out. So mid-round aggression has to be the name of the game over here for Reckoning. But identifying when to play that, when to make those moves can be very tricky against a team that's as patient as Aster Army.
Nice shot, Ray.
Oh my
Bro.
I guess.
Bro.
Yeah. I mean, we were just discussing whether they should play aggro
Aggressive,
or not, but I guess hitting your opponent square in the face is a convenient enough solution regardless of the timing of the round. Huh?
Oh, this time not able to make it back to safety. 𝐃𝐽𝐤𝐿𝐴 catches him and clips his wings. Still the man advantage though, that's what really matters, and for now Reckoning are going to be more than happy. They're quite satisfied with the results of the game so far, but 𝐾𝐸𝐿𝐴
Aster gets another, I guess.
into his team's favor.
बहुत even है फिलहाल.
For the defender, the number is what really matters. Unless Voya is able to make some spectacular plays, then maybe you can count on the players of Reckoning. But so far, Aster Army, they're really trying to fiddle with the enemy mine. Stalkser in quite an off angle outside bathrooms. And you can see Aster Army too, slowly and steadily just trying to rotate onto that spot itself. And 𝐾𝐸𝐿𝐴 just positioning himself towards that default box. Still, Aster Army, this entire anonymous aura that they've brought inside the game, now that's going to be broken, but 𝐃𝐽𝐿𝐴's position is still quite a good one. 𝐃𝐽𝐿𝐴 on the other side towards Lamp.
Wow, okay.
Voya and Hirsch on the opposite, looking to burst himself out of that position.
Jana tha.
A really good blind from 𝐾𝐸𝐿𝐴, but
Nice.
still 𝐃𝐽𝐿𝐴 is waiting for the confirmation. Another massive flash. And the amount of time that's being burnt over here, it's crazy. Reckoning Esports now. Voya will actually go for the stick eventually.
Bro.
Not able to find connection, and
Nice
Voya,
one.
in the end, he steals it back for his team.
3-1.
Voya once again.
Up,
the
up,
beacon
up.
of consistency
Call
of
hoga.
his team.
Up. Get the up.
And
Nice
he recovers
one,
the op
Ray.
as well. You can tell how happy they are. Reckoning Esports just avoided a massive economic crisis. But I must say, some of these mid-round plays towards 𝐸𝐻𝐻𝐿 were a bit skeptical, you know? I was so scared about Voya at one point. Then again, I was also happy with what 𝐃𝐽𝐿𝐴 was able to do at that given moment. I felt like having the 𝐸𝐻𝐻𝐿 control will be the end-all, do-all for Aster Army, but that just simply wasn't the case.
And considering
Judge with Raze बहुत dangerous होता है भाई. Let's see.
That sort of, when you look at this lineup, you think that, okay, this is an invitation for a loss, but then the way Reckoning Esports plays it, you
Double
think,
satchel
okay,
ready.
maybe they've got something new cooking up, and I'm loving it. I would like
Bhai,
to
damn,
on this
okay.
exact same lineup, but what is
1,
that, Judge?
2.
The range of that gun sometimes just makes me question.
Your
Why
own
is it even
sanity?
in the game?
Yeah. You either question your own sanity or you question why it's in the game. Well, 2v3. Maduka's got not only the big gun judge, but also his showstopper.
Lineup
I don't think he's going to use it this round. But Twist is trying to lay down some smoke.
Nice Ray.
There's no way. Jump directly into
कहा
the
था ना
goal.
Judge
Dude,
3K.
this gun is it's crazy how good it is, dude. But yeah.
Eco
But
time.
because he's used it now, Reckoning also are going to pull it off. I'm pretty sure they will also start griefing them with this judge now.
The tactical timeout though instantly pulled out. I guess this timeout is actually being able to pull out because they need to figure out a way to counter this entire judge push that's being made over here because it's completely on the back of Aduka's play that he made single-handedly. So I think this timeout has to be called to make sure if this push happens once again, how do you exactly counter it?
You ever try to read what's written in their notebooks by just like squinting your eyes really, really hard?
I mean, if we were on the venue itself, then we would have, I guess, a clearer feed, right? Yeah. Our feed that we get, it's not too clear, unfortunately for us. So,
Okay.
It's tough, man.
Nice notes.
But
Yeah.
as I said, even in Split 1, man, if you remember, I'm always someone who keeps on wondering what's written in there, bro. And look at Reckoning Esports' coach.
Dumb.
He does not even have a book. He does not need it. He's the Batman, bro.
He's the Batman. He's got it all stored up in his utility belt.
ठीक है.
He can just call Jarvis. No, not Jarvis. Alfred.
Wow.
You're changing
Wow.
cinematic universes, bro.
Listen. It's in the.
ठीक है.
Say?
Okay. Batman calling Jarvis.
What do you call it, man?
No.
I forgot.
Iron Man
How have
calling
you seen them?
Alfred.
Batman has Alfred. That's it.
In at least some universe, that might be the case. You know?
Hello, Nati. What
Maybe
happened?
you can make
Batman
one.
and Iron Man are good friends because they're super rich, but we can talk about that later.
Okay.
That's a good storyline. But
Nice headshot.
Rabin, he's gonna kick
Bro.
things off with a good sheriff headshot on
no.
his opponent, but
The
Aduka
angle.
instead he returns it back. A good return kill from Aster Army, but still for Reckoning Esports, considering how things have been looking like for them when it comes to the economy, it's a good start.
And Aduka says, "Nah, dare you use a judge against me? No way, bro.
Nothing.
He's
Are you
the
sure?
original Judge wielder,
What
the
happened?
master of that weapon.
How are
The
ya?
art of execution is something that only he knows. The Trailblazer also doesn't see anything, so it might just give Reckoning a false sense of security. But Aster Army are making quite a lot of noise. So this is gonna leave Voya quite alone over here.
Nice
He better hold on to
headshot,
the
Ray.
himself, because there's no way he can stop the long push.
Arre
Oh,
Ray.
never mind.
Bad time,
Aduka,
man.
he was challenged by Deadly. I really thought that Deadly wouldn't challenge him. I thought they would wait for Voya's contact, but no, they're all giving Aduka all these frags, and Aster Army is just getting away with absolutely everything.
Why
This is
did he hurt?
cold-blooded murder.
This man is single-handedly able to change the tide in his team's favor. I thought even if he challenged that fight, he should have just right-clicked there.
Doing something, but I don't know
Could've
what to
had a better
do.
chance of killing
You
him.
wanted to play BGMI, huh?
'Cause most of the part, his aim was actually on the opponent. Now that Hirsch is looking burst
Bro,
inside with a
nice
good
flash.
He also finds the kill,
Winnable.
backs off, and now has also retrieved a Vandal in his hands.
Okay.
A really good job. What was that shoot through?
Okay.
And Reckoning Esports.
Huh?
Oh boy, the sixth sense onto that man, Hirsch. You do not expect plays like that, but well, I mean,
Bro,
I'm
क्या round
speechless.
निकाल लिया
Honestly,
भाई?
I'm speechless.
So am I, honestly. Like, this round doesn't make sense.
So cold coffee
There's
भेजना चाहते हो
no
मुझे?
way. There's no world where Reckoning should have been
भाई ये
able
क्या
to
round
win
निकल
this
गया?
one.
किल हुआ?
I mean, sure, Voya had
Pata
just
nahi,
done
boys.
one good thing, and that was get the kill onto Hookah. But then, all that advantage was lost
Ye bhai,
the
ye.
moment
सब
Deadly
ठीक है,
the Deadly
but
and
ये
Voya died.
Production
And
की
then
तरफ
guess
से
what happens?
आधा क्यों आ रखा है?
Flamin takes his
हो गया सही.
sweet time to go all the way around Hookah, which kind of leaves Hirsch by himself alone. And on paper, that's a bad play. Entering a Viper's pit by yourself, no trade potential, but somehow you end up getting all those kills.
Nice luck.
It doesn't
उतना
make
impact नहीं
sense.
निकल रहा, हाँ.
Like, tactically,
Let's see.
Aster Army did nothing wrong. But then again, sometimes tactics aren't alone
GP
enough.
on nothing.
And Reckoning rely on heroics
Nice
quite
shot.
often. And this time, Deadly's the
He
one
just
wearing
like
the
me.
cape. Instantly kills Kishi.
He's back with the op.
Yeah, true that.
The op criminal. You can call him.
Okay, mate.
Massive win condition for
Reckoning, you
Esports.
listening?
In the previous map, he was not able to
If
activate
Deadly
himself, and
decides
still
to
Reckoning,
quit.
they were able to win that map. So I can already imagine if Deadly 10 wakes up this monster, he would probably name the game on his team's favor.
Why do you do
Aduka
that?
Once again, looking to flip things around
Bro,
with his
nice try.
judge, but this time it does not work
Okay.
out. Flavin's quite sharp and his crosshairs are trained, but Aster Army, they're
3v3.
returning back with two of their own.
Tagged him.
So even. That's so even.
Away, but he's not going to be able to do so either. He tried to do so. Goalie peeks out with the perfect timing, and now it's a 2-on-3. Man advantage against the players
Nice
of Reckoning Esports and Aster going for quite an off plant. So Reckoning Esports now, they will really need to look back into their strat books and play this post plant.
And Reckoning have done much better stuff with burst weaponry, so this definitely not a problem. The first
Nice
line of action though has to be to eliminate the crossfires. Marzel's deliberately firing across this green box, hoping to give his position away, but his teammates will have to somehow save him. I'm surprised none of those bullets connect with the wall bang, and Marzel continues to stay alive.
Wow.
And as soon as Harsh drops down to the floor, he will drop dead. Boya just has to get away with the op. That's all he can ask for in a situation like this.
4-3 it is. Back and forth again, I guess. Let's see.
Sometimes you just gotta respect the opponents, and that's what Boya did. But at least he saved the operator for Deadly. He knows how deadly this op can be if he's able to find that sweet success with it.
Imagine
so he's able
वो
to flee away too with the op.
मैं घुस के मर जाता.
मेरे को भी वही लग रहा था actually. Right दिख सकते मैं भी वही सोच रहा था exactly.
From Deadly was quite a crucial one. But still considering how
Satchel हुआ नहीं ये वाला सही से, वरना मुंह पे था उसके definitely.
That entire bathroom push that they made, it's incredible. I guess this time maybe now the operator should be positioned all the way to the bathroom, and then you can try to be a little aggressive.
Instead, they give Deadly the op, and it's going to be positioned towards B long, which also isn't that bad, you know. It's probably one of the best places to have the op present.
120.
But not when Deadly's missing shots like that. He's still holding the shallower angle.
Wow.
Ooh. Takes a
Nice
lot of
shot.
damage, but at least he gets a Duka with the wall
Okay,
bang.
Madara.
And Harsh can always heal him back
Nice
up
smiley.
to full health.
Well, I guess another lifeline given away to Deadly. Once again, looking to be quite a massive criminal. But Aster looking to put him behind the bars. The entire hookah area is clear. And Kishi, he sort of cleared it out roughly. So still, the players of Aster don't exactly have the confirmation about the hookah region, but eventually they're going to clear it out. Aster still, they need to rethink on what exactly they need to do, because they've lost out on their duelist, someone who can create so much space in little amount of time.
So now, instead of creating space, they will try to take it away by using deception. They have Doxer moving in with his own Doxer, hoping to get into U-Haul, while the rest of his teammates are about to burst out of hookah.
Not a good idea.
He's just gonna make
Or
sure
maybe
that
it
nobody
is.
from Reckoning can teleport via that area and keep his back safe. And now the assault begins. Aster dive into the site. They've taken all the kills they require. Did that volley just bounce off of the cyber cage? I think it bounced off the wall. We just probably didn't see it go all the way in. Although,
no,
that's
it
not
bounced
the
off the
problem.
cipher cage.
Anyway, there are bigger problems that Aster have to deal with.
Nah, sound gaya.
Is that goalie's about to get double peeked.
Okay, still gets one.
At the same time, and it leaves Doxer
Still
by
gets
himself.
one.
And they knew where Doxer is. They heard that late teleport come inside. Wait, never mind.
Wow.
The orbital strike miscommitted. Kinda tells you that they had no idea. And now Doxer has to make it work.
Okay.
He makes it look easy.
Too easy for this man, but
fake करना था मेरे हिसाब से तो ओपन था प्लान, but okay, nice. Off भी गया.
Did it bounce off the cage or did it
did. No, there's no way. The wall is flat. So for Molly to bounce back once again, it's next to impossible considering it's been thrown from the same direction. So even if the Molly did
Second कितना आराम से निकाला है.
It should have went on the right side instead of going on the left side, but he threw the molly from the left and the molly bounced back to the left
Satchel
side. So
judge again.
Yeah, this is not something. This is quite interesting.
Nice, got one.
Sometimes the game can challenge physics, but
right. Please explain.
Talk about that, and already we've got the opening blood. It's in the name of 𝐃𝐲𝐬𝐬. Once again, Aster they've lost out on their first men, but good job from the side of Reckoning Esports. They've instantly forced themselves all the way towards bathroom, so at least they've got half of the side control.
Satchel और मुंह पे
Oh my god, and here
दूसरा नहीं
comes the
मिला.
rest of the control. Aduka easily giving them the kill, but at least Woya is able to trade him
4v3.
and dismiss back to safety. This allows him to reunite with Flabin, but Aster are already bailing out of this situation. And once again, they leave Doxer behind as the lurker. He's supposed to be the guy who shoots Reckoning in the back as they try to pursue the aggressors, as they try to pursue them on the B site. Twist hasn't been spotted by the camera, but Doxer finally strikes the lurkers out of commission, and Marzel puts Twist out of commission. back to a 2v2. They're
Bro!
all over the place, and Marzel says, nope, I am the one in control. I am the alpha and the
Spike
omega.
नहीं है.
Oh yeah, he kills the spike carrier. Oh no. Marzel worked so hard to clear a path for his teammate into the site, but now all of that has been
पता होगा
put to
angle का, I
waste.
guess. He should know.
Can also afford to hide. There's very little time left, but instead he's going to choose
Yeah,
to
he
stay
knows.
here and fight.
Marzel MVP भाई.
Missed that shot, unfortunately, and Marzel's not going to be the one to miss his this time. Aster Army, they somehow pull it back, but still, you cannot
sounds
keep
like
relying on heroics of
I
just
know.
that one single player. Marzel, I mean, still remember when in the previous round when they tried to do the same thing, Marzel burst out of bathrooms and he got those 2 kills. So far, Marzel's proven out to be one of the most key players for Aster Army. That is sort of a good thing, but way too close for comfort that round is, and Vandalic clearly knows too. Even
Who is winning? Aster, as of now.
Sort of won that round because Reckoning Esports did all the things right.
That's true. Aster Army's plan to hit the A side first,
but ego था, ego के हिसाब से तो बहुत heavy निकाला उन्होंने.
Behind is a decent enough plan, but it's gonna get discovered at some point, so you can't afford to
Nice
repeat
shot.
that again and again. Well, now they've lost their main initiator. I call him initiator because he obviously has been diving so deep inside and kickstarting the play. Aduga's more or less the guy who just advances forward. He's the tip of the spear. And without that, Aster Army look blunt.
Bro, coach है team के and ये finals में जाने का मौका है. Of course.
Will most likely detect where Marzel is. The rest of his teammates also will follow suit soon.
ऐसे देख के गुस्सा या वो सब एंगर तो आता है ये rage. Nice shot, flash.
But Harsh pushes out of
nice.
long instead of falling back. Warrior
nice
dives
recovery.
Deep inside, straight through the smoke. He can afford to do so because he's the goddamn Raider, and he says, "You better be prepared to fight me because I'm gonna swing you at the most inopportune moment."
Flawless defense from Reckoning Esports so far.
दोनों Indian teams हैं Bijutsu.
Doxer's managed to position himself quite deep in the site, but still he cannot keep on going deeper because he's sort of being just stopped in his tracks. 𝐒𝐲𝐬 way too low for comfort. Just a sliver of health available onto this player. Good seekers though. It's going to reveal a lot of players' informations and intentions at the same time. 2 on 4. Okay. It is doable, but not anymore considering 𝐒𝐲𝐬's got
5-5
too low of an HP. Nicely done.
Hi Stevie.
Esports. All I'm gonna say is that's
overtime होने
flawless
वाला है.
defense on
Let's see.
completely just
Overtime में सब Odin पे आ गए. लास्ट में बचा था उनकी स्काई ब्लाइंड करी और मैंने अंदर Odin स्प्रे किया. एस मिल गया. वाओ, कांग्रेचुलेशंस. क्लिप किया. हो पाया I mean.
Hold on to it with brute force. Nope, it's a very fluid one. It lets you in for a moment only to reveal the traps inside, only to reveal the trickery that lies beneath the surface. And some of that trickery just happens to be the coordination between Boya and Harsh. As soon as that orbital strike's committed, normal people would just try to regroup with their team and give up the site, hopefully play for retake, but not Harsh. He pushes deeper in towards B long, ends up getting that kill, and then Reckoning Esports have so much leverage. Aster have to check their backs as they try to enter the site. And while they're distracted while dealing with Harsh, Voyas jumps out of the smoke via CT and he strikes. This back and forth tandem keeps it very engaging. And once again, Boya starts things off on the right note.
Oh no, Aster Army is just not able to deal with the initial couple of waves that are being thrown up by the players of Reckoning Esports against Aster. And Voya too taking time, but the operator from Deadly strikes once again. It's the magical stick that's just working in his team's favor. And now Reckoning Esports looking for stop. The way Marshall was able to breach in all the way the back lines. And he's still going to keep on pressing up against him. Smoke as well.
Nice shot.
Deadly 10 is ready. He knows that someone's going to push out of that smoke. Marshall not able to catch this man off guard this time. A 2-on-4, it seems next to impossible and highly unlikely to be pulled off. Considering the opponents don't even have to better off the weaponry. A Bulldog and a Spectre. But in the close quarters, they can prove out to be quite a deadly once. 𝐃𝐲𝐬 gets the first one. A 3-on-2 scenario. Reckoning Esports now this is quite a losable 1-2. But 𝐒𝐲𝐬 reveals his position with that shot.
Nice.
Shorty in the close will always reign supreme.
Nice streak from Ridley.
Reckoning Esports have so many backup plans over here. And Aster Army once again fall into the same trap, having to check their backlines as they are trying to
7-5.
In the previous round, this happened when they jumped out of hookah and had to
7-5
fight
it
towards
is.
the long. This time it happens as they're trying to execute out of a shot, and they still have to deal with
Wow,
Flavin
Stevie.
and Bart. Of course, the fact that they're fake towards hookah not working
But Jet बहुत अच्छा
just
है.
makes things so much more harder for
Actually.
them. But even after they deal with all of that, even after they're repelled away from hookah and they try to make an entry back into
Bets
the
लग रही है नहीं
site,
नहीं.
they still have to deal with a similar kind of a situation.
But
Can't afford to keep giving away opportunities.
Alt निकाले तो पता नहीं वरना 7-5 it
more
is.
and more. This is just going to make them focus towards the extremities of the map even more than normal. And this time, the push from Aster
कोई है ही
is
नहीं.
pretty one-dimensional.
अरे रे नहीं आना था बाहर.
Again, now that's what I call
उफ भाई.
And just like that,
Nice
he
kill.
clears a path for his teammates.
बड़ा
And
player
they
गया
lock
है वो.
this area down with the Viper's
हाँ
Spit.
actually.
He's been able to do that almost all the time whenever he's alive for a side take. He's able to get so much
अब थोड़ा
done
मुश्किल है.
within so much small amount of time, so much map control.
Bro,
already.
क्या
And then
भाग
also
के
have
मारा
the
shorty.
available, but Voya this time he pulls out the shorty. And he comes out on top. Nicely done. Reckoning Esports able to boil it down to a 4-on-4 scenario. They've also got the Vandals up, and for the players of Aster, they need to strike back. This Viper's Pit is
भाई
really
मर्जल
working
क्या
in
निकाल
their
रहा है.
favor. But then there's another
Wow,
Empress
6-6
being popped
it
from the
is.
opponents, but it's still not gonna matter.
6-6, yeah.
Marshall puts that bullet and nails him down to the ground.
Down.
Aster Army, another
Same
round,
half
and now
like the last
first
map.
half once again, and 6-6.
जल्दी से नीचे
Way
वाली
too
चीज़
close to
देखिए
comfort this match as well. The similar playstyle being showed from the opponents. But for them, for Aster Army, this is sort of a saving grace that they were even able to make it this close. I'm not gonna lie, Reckoning Esports have been looking so good in the first half so far.
And they always look good in the first half.
Wow,
Even
CV,
in the
good
previous
comedy.
match, we saw a scoreline of 6-all. This
Guys,
kinda
कल
tells you
finals
that
हैं.
the first half always will be somewhat
Let's see
competitive.
orangutan
The
के against
second
कौन
half
खेलेगा,
is when
either
the
Reckoning
tough
or
becomes.
Aster.
When Reckoning get onto the attacking side,
कहते हैं
that's
सोचो
when
कि
they
second
can really
map.
make or break the play.
If
Will
Aster
they
Army
actually finish it off in
wins,
2 games,
we'll go
or
to
will
decide a
Aster Army
fracture.
come up and push us into map number 3? We'll find out on the other side of this break, ladies and gentlemen, so don't go anywhere.
किल स्विच दिखेगा गाइस, अभी देखना. ये रहा.
वरुण धवन हो गया.
Bro, fridge meat के लिए, heat के लिए नहीं. Bro, this graphics card is making my frames drop. Come with me if you wanna get.
The all-new OMEN 16 with advanced Tempest cooling technology, now with 5 heat pipes and 4 thermal outlets. The OMEN 16 with 12th Gen Intel Core i7 processor to make you forget your frame drops.
Now that's cool.
Game on with Tempest
Frame
cooling.
drops. I'm still having them, bro. I dropped from 100 to 5.
कुछ क्रेजी हुआ है या बस नॉर्मल चल रहा? जज प्लेस नहीं देखा आपने?
Presenting Hyundai i20 line. It's time to play.
Yes, I'm a Gen Z. Or should I say,
Are you?
the Gen Next.
बताओ
And I don't
viewers
like
जो
to
are you
hold
a
back
Gen
from
Z?
doing anything. I choose to move fearlessly to it all.
Hey buddy, we need you to trim your beard for this next scene.
What? Okay, fine, I'll admit it. I move fearlessly in most things, but I draw the line here. What if I Nico cut myself?
Try this.
Nice Zoomzy. Keep living in 2018. कब ले रही हो ओमन का लैपटॉप फिर? Whenever they'll sponsor, I'll take it. Back with the halftime.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, once again after that short break that we had. But as we know, the first half has been 6-6 so far. Once again, the similar type of starting that we saw on the previous map too. But now, as you mentioned, Reckoning Esports will be on the opposite side. That means on the offense. Things can be a little difficult for Reckoning considering their offense hasn't been looking that strong. But we never know. Maybe they've got something prepared up. But definitely, one thing is for sure: this agent select that they've got, this agent select offers them so much when it comes to the offense. So let's see how they're able to play it out.
Exactly right. The double duelist allows you to get so much control, especially when you have the flexibility of the harbor and the Molotovs that Chris brings to the table. Oh, but Aster also have some cool trap plays of their own. Instant jump out from the TPs. They try to crunch into its jaws, and Reckoning respond by taking B side. They know that since two people have exited this side, this has to be weaker. But they extend further, straight into the waiting arms of Doxer. And guess what? They check onto 𝐸𝐸𝐿, but not before he takes one. Still a 3v3, still doable for Reckoning.
ये B side पे तूने 3v3 देख लिया ना? Down.
Map control. Now they're also going to have the angles advantage. You also need to consider that, but there's a flank coming in from the
ये मैच हो कौन सी कंट्री में रहा? दिल्ली में हो रहा है. कल फाइनल्स देखने जा रहा हूँ मैं.
Harsh into these close quarters, and Harsh does not spot him, so that's quite unfortunate. Unfortunately,
nice timing.
Taken care of. Aster, good start for this retake so far. Woya knows that there's someone inside hookah, but he still needs to take care of the man in the back lines first. Flabin, that's really good crossfire setup so far, and Reckoning Esports able to swing things back into their favor. Doxer, not a lot of HP, only 70 HP left over, and this double swing from Reckoning should seal the deal.
Yeah. And you'll notice the crossfire between Flabin and this guy, it also wasn't super strong, right? So they basically just had to win out their own duels. Woya wins the duel towards CT, and this guy wins the duel up on elbow. That leaves just one man left to do it all. And yeah, I mean, 𝐾𝐨𝐬𝐿 did no wrong over here. He played it to perfection. But what can he possibly do when he has his head taken off the moment his feet land on the ground? 2v3 clutch comes through.
भाई बहुत rage भरा हुआ है.
Wow. I mean, they know how important it is too. Vandalic clearly knows how important that pistol round was for his team's mental. And you can see him just regretting that his team lost.
Nice try.
That could have been way too close, man. But still, 𝐸𝐸𝐿 misses his shot, and he will pay the price for it.
ऐसे देख रहे हो कैसे होता है B-long पे एक anti flash खेल रहा था.
So far, and now it's all down to aDuka. Too much to expect from a single man with only a shorty in the hand, but it's still aDuka, the shotgun master himself inside South Asia.
Nobody from Aster is.
I don't think कोई kill मिलेगा.
Face him over here. So what can the shorty even do? All the patience in the world is not gonna pay off. There's nobody coming for you. There's nobody walking in towards your crosshair.
मुझे कहता turn कर लेता हूँ. कभी मेरे opponent में मिलो आप मुझे.
Never mind, Harsh might just do it.
भाई.
Oh, nice.
He still backs away the moment he hears the first shot.
Nice scored.
And that too, like that was the first one onto the head, so aDuka just got surprised. And you can also call it bad timing for aDuka, to be honest. He looked back and Harsh peeked out at the same time, so yeah.
क्या बात है? Defending में कोई judge नहीं खेल रहा.
Okay, so in that moment, yeah, that was a bad
Not even
timing moment from Harsh as well in the previous round, you know. Harsh was peacefully guarding hookah, and he was partially aware about the flank coming in, but nope, 𝐾𝐨𝐬𝐿 still got the timing on him, still got the jump. So everyone has their bad instance of luck. Question is, how can you bounce back from it? This time Reckoning aren't exactly bouncing back.
तीन खेल रहे हैं अभी पे.
They are just diving straight into hookah. Nobody coming in from long. This could be a concern.
Spray नहीं करना था.
𝐾𝐿 won't be cleared out, and he peeks out on the back of the splash, just as expected. He also has the potential to deal with Flabin because a 1v1 is being offered over here, but no, he thinks he was safe, and Flabin peeks out of the worst possible time.
What?
aDuka though, blowing everyone apart. That paint shell turned into a thermonuclear warhead.
उल्टा पड़ गया.
Well, I guess aDuka, once again being the saving grace for his team. Aster, they spring back to life for that one single paint shell that was being utilized from aDuka. But I'm not gonna lie, it seemed like that could have been the Reckoning Esports' round. But unfortunately, when they try to press things a little bit too hard against Aster, it sort of didn't work out. But still, it's Flabin able to isolate one of those duels, and now it's a 2-on-1. Flabin can definitely make this happen, but this Smokes is going to be making things a little bit more difficult for him. Something needs to be done. And luckily enough for him is also the Harbor, so he's going to be able to isolate the goals, but not going to.
But down भाई, क्या need मारा? Log आएगा क्या फिर कल का?
I just don't see the point of pushing
पता नहीं.
No idea. Towards defender spawn.
Yeah.
You had control of sight. Yes, I can understand you don't want to fight towards elbow.
Damn भाई, 100% win rate.
You're all jumping out of hookah and you're aware that he's present in that region.
Damn.
So if that's the reason you want to avoid that defender spawn push, understandable. But if there's any other reason than that, then it doesn't really make sense.
Let's see.
Surprising your opponents can be a good reason too, but not when you're lacking weaponry like that.
Did you see that fact? Aduka has 100% win rate with Raze on this map.
Not on this map.
So yeah, I guess if they lose this one out, it will be the first time that Aduka will lose on the map of Bind with Raze. Considering now they've also utilized Reckoning, so Aster Army would really need to respect the opponent's util and need to fall back, but still somehow Aster Army is able to bounce back and get killed.
Again.
Once again, it's the problem that Reckoning Esports are just straight up try peeking everything they want to. And the problem continues for them. Flabin way too softened up with only 23 HP. He needs to go for a save. No other option available. For Aster Army, they've managed to equalize the scoreline.
These fast-paced executes from Reckoning do seem kind of reckless at times. I mean, they don't do enough to sell the fake elsewhere. They don't do enough to gather information. They're just hoping that their brute force executes are going to work out all the time. Which isn't exactly a bad thing to rely on. When you know you've got decent enough weaponry, when you know that your executes hit hard.
Guys, thank you for being here. Please like the stream.
Go for an approach like this. But in order for it to work, you need to lay down smokes appropriately. Your flashes need to go in at that exact area.
Nice.
You can't exactly hope to just barge into a site, get all the kills, and that's it. The fights were also quite spread out. You started off with a pick towards hookah, good enough. But then you have to go towards A, where the rest of Aster Army are rest of Aster Army are waiting.
10 seconds left.
Not a lot of time left to. Yeah, so Flabin's just going to go for the save. As I said, he's got no other option left over too, and is also going to cover himself completely with the ball. So I guess, yeah, saves done from Reckoning Esports, but I guess even though they lost that round, it's still not really mattering them quite a lot, considering they're not struggling that much when it comes to the economical side of the game. They can't get for a little bit of force spy, but if they do lose out this round, then definitely they will start to struggle.
Keeping momentum is also quite important, especially in a map like Bind. Because sure, you can win rounds, but you have to win them while keeping most of your members alive. That's when you know your economy is starting to snowball out of control, and you start stacking that money up.
Hello.
Hi.
If you have to reinvest again and again, you're always gonna be in economic crunch. And especially in a map like Bind, when your opponents have
I mean, close isn't इतने close कैसे जा रहे हैं ये क्या बोलूं मैंने?
This is like one of those maps where
5 5 6 6 8 8
just shotguns. Just get those cheap.
Same as last map.
It will still work for you. One of the only maps where it will work. And Aduka has already proven that he's not afraid of getting down and dirty. He's not afraid of picking up the judge. So, yeah, what's going to happen when even the rest of his teammates start doing that stuff? Certainly food for thought. Although Reckoning, they do have to make some compromises. Let go of full shields, pick up half armor.
10th June, 4
this actually
PM
is the perfect time to pick up half armor. When your opponents have all the phantoms and vandals in the world, it doesn't matter whether you have full armor or not.
Yeah.
When they have specters, that's when it can really make or break the round.
And Marshall also with the neural theft, so that can be something that will reveal a lot of intentions of the opponents.
क्या fake cell किया है?
Right timing only.
Side छोड़ दी?
Boya now is going to look to just press the W key straight up.
Trip.
That's what's going to happen straight up on the B side, but unfortunately, because of the trap wire, he's going to be held back, but it's still not going to matter. They've already got the site control established, and quite nicely done too.
And this is such a cool fake.
Yes, code.
One high tide, one flash, that's all that's required. And almost the entirety of Aster Army just rotates towards A on the back of that. And we already know that Esports have a very good post-plan setup when it comes to these situations.
Survived.
These crossfires can be deadly regardless of the map. So now the clock is ticking for Aster Army. They have their work cut out for them. But can they cut through this high tide? It's about to go down in the next 5 seconds. But they want to peek ahead because they want to peek ahead before it goes down. They use the flashes. It doesn't really help. And Boya is just swinging in and out of these smokes. He's being an annoying pest to deal with. Marzel finally comes through from behind. He gets the better of Harsh, but there's no saving. There is no grace.
Nice round, eh?
Wow,
nice round.
Esports. What a quick adjustment, dude.
सही में
Straight up big
टाइम आउट लेते ही क्या निकाला है
राउंड Triss just rotating from the long all the way to hookah because he knew
बहुत जल्दी साइड छोड़ी
there was a massive flank coming in too, and then he single-handedly deals with both of them.
There has always been a flank coming from there.
Yeah, this is just brilliant though, for them to even think this well inside of such a pressure situation when the opponent team is just straight up bombarding the site with all
I don't
the
know,
utilities
maybe
they have. They're just
call आया
throwing
होगा,
everything
commenting
that
का.
they've got on the board and still being able to come up with such a clean plan. It indeed is quite incredible, and especially you gotta just give this man so many props. Boya, he's able to get kills and then just dismiss away with the Reyna. He's utilizing Reyna to its fullest potential.
किस पे?
Exactly. And that fullest potential is not to get kills or gather space. It is to invite chaos. He's sowing the seeds of chaos all the way through.
Nice shot.
You speak his name once again, and he delivers. This time, getting rid of Marzel.
Really good crouch peek.
अब rotate नहीं करेंगे तो already ये commit हो रहा है.
Completely, and now Reckoning Esports once again.
Ult निकलेगा.
Side take Aduka inside the entire U-Haul area, looking to strike someone down, but now is also going to pop the showstopper.
Got
he
one.
does find one,
but got one.
He also gets traded out by the same person. 4-on-3. And now make it down to a 2-on-4. Unfortunate stuff for the opponents. Aster, things are slipping away from their hands, but they can be calibrated back once again.
Got
if Goalie's able to get this one, and he actually does. That's a really good one.
Timing.
But considering Ducks are only got a in hand, he will also be able to strike down Hirsch in the close quarters.
Okay, ult है. Now Molly lineup भी होगा.
It seems like they've also started to bring this back.
Molly already है.
Yeah, but there's a molly that 𝐶𝐲𝐿𝐲 has used. The lineup works out for him, and he's also got the orbital. Sorry, not 𝐶𝐲𝐿𝐲. It was a molly that Trist had used, and Trist also has an orbital strike available. So Aster Army know that they can't have this round. They might as well just save now while they can.
10-8.
They can't even save.
Almost.
I really thought Flabin would see him. Thought Flabin would shoot him down, but hey, as long as you die to the spike instead of giving up your life to an opponent, it's fine.
But he could have also go for the save anyway.
Astra ने timeout नहीं लिया ना अभी तक. क्या मुझे लग रहा नहीं.
I guess he did not expect that he's gonna die in that spot. That's the only way I guess that justifies what he did. But as soon as he got that kill, I guess he should have just fell back.
I'm not gonna think too much about the last over there. The bigger problems over here for Aster Army is that now Reckoning Esports are starting to make those
दो बंदे थे ना, एक shot पे थे, एक shard में था, एक तो DP कर लिया था.
Semblance of faking. And
damn, okay.
Was Aster Army fall for it way too soon, but oh my god, this is so much chaos. There's blades, seekers, hellfire, all of that at the same time, and 1,000 bullets flying all over. But Aduka runs out of bullets at the worst possible time. At least he escapes within an inch of his life, but the rest of his teammates, they can't do anything. Doxa gets traded out. 𝐶𝐲𝐿𝐲 tries to make that play, but Trist is just a bit too aware. And just like that, Reckoning get the lead once again. Boya's marking the angle. He knows where Marzel is, but this time the same crouch peek won't work. Marzel superior on the approach, but both Aduka and Marzel are bleeding internally. They've lost most of their HP. What's gonna happen, Necro?
Nah.
Well, I guess Marzel's just gonna peek this one out, dry peek it, and he gets dealt with too. Last one. That's going to be the name of Aduka. He needs to deal with both the players in the front. He gives away position. Only 4 HP left over. The paint shell's going to be perfect. Catches a little bit of hurt onto the opponent. Flabin falls back to safety. But Aduka, considering he's only got 4 HP, he's also finding a lot of demons in his head. And Flabin is not willing to give a straight-up duel to his opponent. Makes a lot of sense. All it's going to take is that one single bullet to his dome seal. And Flabin also wins that clutch scenario. Nicely done.
Aster Army का map है
ये. Now it seems like they're just able to storm through the opponent's defense, and Aster Army are not able to find a single reply.
Sheesh, I mean, that was so calculated.
Ab aaya timeout.
Harsh sends the Seekers through. In order to avoid the Seekers, all the early aggression from Aster Army just came to an end. They started to fall back. And the moment they decide to fall back, there's an orbital strike in the way. So they're doomed if they stay there. They're doomed if they don't. Aduka finally found a corner for himself, you know, on the edge of that smoke. He thought that maybe they won't check that immediate corner outside. And it's correct. They didn't check him.
That's a good
question. He ran out of bullets. He could have changed the tide of the round over there, but instead had to settle for an escape. And in the process of doing so, he left his teammates alone over there.
11-8, ladies and gentlemen, already on the double digits, and so close for the map point two. Reckoning Esports, they're looking to make it a 2-0, and for Aster Army now, their heartbeats are gonna start a beat faster.
Comeback incoming. I don't think comeback aa raha hai.
Probably they're gonna feel the fear of getting kicked out of this tournament.
Only Aduka can do something.
They do not want to get kicked out too. You can clearly see the problems. You can clearly see the
वैसे वाइपर अल्ट है, वाइपर अल्ट है तो यू नेवर नो भाई, वाइपर अल्ट का कोई भरोसा नहीं है, राउंड पलट दे सकता है. If ulted on the right side.
Whenever Voya's got his hands on the Empress, we know it's going to be a W key strategy once again coming up, brewing up, and that's what it seems like. And both the duelists actually are on the A side. I guess their job is to find a pick onto A, and then the rest of the three players will maybe try to make a way on the opposite side. A little fake. That's Reckoning Esports is trying to brew up. Deadly 10 gets the first contact, dashes away back to safety. 𝐒𝐻𝐿 does not want to press at all. Instead he will fall back himself.
Timing हो गया ना अगर.
He's not too out of discipline just yet.
But the fact that @Rami feel compelled to make that kind of a play tells
Bro!
you how desperate they are right now. He pulls the trap fire away at the worst time possible. He could have almost died over there. But Voya is going to be happy to make his escape. The trap fire repositioned. Can he escape? No, he can't. Even Flabbin can't protect him. The Empress is dead. There's a new queen that's taken the crown now, and it might just be 𝐻𝐿's duelist Aduka. Oh, jumps up. Almost could have lost his head over there, but look at the follow-up. Ghoulie tries to finish what Aduka started, but Deadly is just not having it.
Quick flick onto that man, and now we'll also get another lifeline. Overgrowth used. Deadly 10 back to full HP once again.
30 seconds left.
And Flabbin looking to complete what Voya started. Still looking to breach inside the bathrooms area. And 𝐒𝐻𝐿, all he needs is that one single kill to get the neural theft available too.
Aduka ready है.
Massive ultimate in times like these.
Checked, of course checked.
Desperate measures, and that's what Reckoning Esports do. They flush out, they flood themselves out of that same spot once again. And 𝐻𝐿, they've lost out the A control completely. Doxer on the flank angle inside the bathrooms area with the judge in the hand. He's looking to decimate all the opponents that stand against him. So far, 𝐻𝐿's players' positions aren't compromised.
Okay.
𝐒𝐻𝐿 having that
3v3
anonymous aura with himself is also able to strike one player down in the front. And Reckoning Esports, they've lost the spike control. Tap goes out. Reckoning Esports quite desperate and adamant to get the spike control back in their hands.
Bro, round तो निकल गया. नहीं
निकला. The spike is being stuck with the defuse, and 𝐒𝐻𝐿 seals the deal.
गया. Damn भाई.
Sheesh, what a round from 𝐻𝐿. So chaotic.
𝐒𝐻𝐿 ने निकाला round.
I love it. Wipe spit to its B, basically locking them out of that area, forcing Reckoning's hand to go to its A. And look at all the early aggression from 𝐻𝐿. As soon as he figures out where the majority of the team is, he falls back. And yes, Reckoning Esports were able to vault their way out of Bath. They were able to get control as well. But because 𝐻𝐿 continued to stay towards that under heaven position, it gave away so much information. All the footsteps that 𝐻𝐿 was hearing was relayed to his
11-11 लग रहा है क्या?
And that's also why Doxer was so confident pushing up towards bathroom once again. He knew there's going to be no follow-up.
Bro, क्या trade है?
What am I even looking at here? What is this?
That's a question that I'm trying to wonder too. But look at Reckoning Esports.
By 𝐒𝐿𝐻𝐿 पे सब.
Teleport
It's all on
to
𝐒𝐿𝐻𝐿.
be safe, but 𝐒𝐿𝐻𝐿, it seems like his crosshairs is trained and he's inside the smoke too. It's gonna have
Got one,
such a
got
striking point.
almost
he strikes
two.
only one though. Quite an unfortunate affair. We thought he's gonna be able to last so longer against his opponent, but that's not the case. Now it's a 2-on-3. 𝐻𝐿 once again with a quite long flank, and he gets
12-9.
two. Drist is way too aware of the fact that 𝐻𝐿 will try to flank. And now Flabbin with the shorty in the close will seal the deal. 12 rounds, ladies and gentlemen, in the hands of Reckoning Esports. They're on the map point and also on the verge of kicking 𝐻𝐿 out of this tournament.
Chaos to fight with chaos, fire to fight with fire.
ये क्या हुआ था
whatever the hell this was supposed to be. Both these dudes are jumping up and down, trying to dodge the trap fires, but then he somehow got a kill with the boombox, and that's when I just truly lost my mind. But then again, I love the adjustment from Reckoning Esports. The rotations from 𝐻𝐿 were already
comeback possible नहीं है.
They almost thought that 𝐻𝐿 set up
मेरे को नहीं दिख रहा comeback possible code.
But then they jumped straight into TP.
I say
And then again,
13-9,
there was a glimmer of
13-9.
hope with the player under hookah just
उनका buy नहीं है.
holding that area with the Spectre. Could have been a disaster, but Reckoning survived every encounter. And now once again, Deadly dashes inside. Leers to stop this push through, and 𝐾𝐲𝐤 once again playing in very cheeky spots. 𝐒𝐿𝐻 swings out of the smoke to surprise Reckoning Esports, but they survive everything. 2v3. 𝐻𝐿 can still make this one work. They just need to deny the plant, and that's exactly what the pain shields are about to do. There's no escape avenue left for Reckoning Esports. If they choose to fall back, then it will be 𝐻𝐿𝐻 who falls back alone. I don't think Deadly has an opportunity to join him now. At least not without facing any danger. Wait,
3
seriously?
on 2.
Aster Army's letting the pressure up. They're actually not fighting them at all.
Of course.
They're giving Reckoning Esports the space to work with, and now Poco is about to have a 1v1. He almost killed them both.
चलो मैंने जिंक्स कर दिया लग रहा है.
To close it off.
39 अब हो सकता है भाई ओटी. अब हो सकता है ओटी.
12.
टाइम आउट्स भी नहीं है.
Needed, man. One more, not that far away. And I'm pretty sure Aster Army should be able to do it just about now. I mean, Reckoning Esports should be able to do it just about now.
हो गया तो next watch party में तरह बैठ के घर पे.
Too much pressure.
हाँ हाँ क्यों नहीं.
Hey, at least they dealt with the most high pressure round. They dealt with the eco. And all these stingers and Spectre buys,
Sky
all these
Remelt,
cheap positions
they
underneath
should get the
hookah,
round
inside
actually.
of smokes.
Let's see.
Swinging out of smokes like madmen without flashes. All of that seems to be working for Aster Army now. Desperate time does call for desperate measures, but how far are you willing to go? That's the bigger question over here.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure Reckoning Esports are willing to go
Traded.
pretty far, but this time Deadly 10's not able to get out. That's the problem when you go too far and cross too many lines. Good Seekers.
3v4.
A lot of players his position. Bavoya looking
Ozzy
to
मिल
peek
गए
out
हो.
of the same spot that he's been doing
Okay.
so far, but this
Okay.
time it does not look at the right spot. And Marzul
12-11.
gets the good timing onto the player.
2v4 नहीं होगा
So on two
possible.
scenario, Reckoning Esports,
और एक
they
jinx
have
नहीं होने
managed to
वाला.
flip the script once in the past. Can they do it once again? Orbital strike in the hands of Trist. All they need to do is get one plant down.
Tagged.
And if Trist is able to do so, this can definitely change a lot of things. Last second teleport. And once again, the script's going to be on the B site. Good ball to block off all the way in the back lines, but this is going to be tough to
nice
get some sort of
रे.
space on
But
the side.
damn भाई.
He's got the opportunity to strike both of them down.
12-9 to 12-11.
Rami in full control
12
at
12 हो
every
गए
single
guys.
moment of the round. As soon as
Bye
the
है.
goal that Deadly was able to get went down. to
Alt
the
use करना चाहिए
side,
था यार last round.
They recognize that this is a fake.
Alt use कर लेना चाहिए था Reckoning को
Aster
last
Army
round.
didn't just
Sky
tell
और
them
Brim
to
दोनों
their
ult था.
They believed in their crossfires. They believed in whatever they had
हाँ ना.
prepared.
भाई वो
And
एक राउंड
in
में
that
बिना गन
2v4,
के ना thrifty क्या है
Aster
वो
Army
राउंड
played it to perfection.
हाँ.
Camera to make sure that they don't go for that TP play anymore.
चलो भाई.
Even if they do, crossfire between the guy holding left and to its metal box was perfect.
See
Orbital
guys.
strike on both the sides, but yeah, Aster
कुछ
Army
नहीं.
are aware about this. That's exactly why nobody's playing towards
यार
U-Haul.
why would you
In fact,
U-Haul?
they're
I mean
all
हुक्का
playing
U-Haul.
ahead of the high
क्या बोल
tide
रहा हूँ मैं?
that was
Alt
just
U-Haul.
put up by Flabin, and this is going to surprise
बस.
them unless Deadly has
एक
an
और
answer to this one. The showstopper's been popped. Kishi somehow gets the kill
क्या
on
हो रहा है?
Deadly, but Aduka is yet to let go of his massive rocket, and Reckoning are nowhere to be found. They've already fallen back. The only person who continues to stay ahead is going to be Harsh, and he has been undiscovered so far. Can he make the miracle happen? No, he can't. Aduka's too sharp.
Indeed he is.
तूने
Now
कर
it's
दिया भाई
Foya
jinx.
once again just striking back, and he's not going to stop at all. A 3K.
Hoya for the
Manages to even
victory.
things out when it comes to the man advantage, and now 𝐃𝐤𝐤𝐢𝐿𝐼 as well. A really good Molotov to force both the players back in the line. Voya and Flabin, both the players are looking really healthy. And Reckoning Esports,
But
this
which
last
team are you supporting,
minute's
boy?
rotation all the way back to the
Reckoning
B side
actually.
is definitely going to be able to
But
catch
I'm in
them.
for a good
Molotov's
match.
gone. But maybe
Good
That's
series.
okay.
He.
for Aster
Let's see.
Army, they will need at
उन्होंने
least
अभी तक
send
rotate
one
नहीं
player
किया.
back to the B
Camera
side for
भी
the
नहीं
confirmation.
हाँ वो साथ
Just
में
make
खेल रहे
sure
हैं
he's
बस.
not committing to the
Trap
fight
पे
at
होगा
all.
rotation.
Boya so far his ultimate managed to taste a lot of blood.
बस हो गया
Position
rotate.
given away. Now they know that the B side takes coming in. The spike will already be planted by the time Aster Army is going to get there. The problems might just start off the
position
doors.
brother.
Both the tripwires being
Yeah.
activated. Reckoning Esports.
कैमरा भी ओपन नहीं हुआ है अभी तो
A
हो
lot
गया.
of time left
Tag.
over, but still the spike's going to go down. A good tag on
Okay.
Boya. Position compromised.
Yeah, hey, but that's a good thing.
What
At
a
least
wall.
they killed the camera, so now they still have the opportunity to reposition. But they're all playing
Bro,
by themselves. This is
2v2.
not tradable. Flabin all by himself should be able to deal with this close range quarter battle because of the Spectre and Marzen as
नहीं
he
गया.
tries to cross over. He
जी
can get shot
जी
down by
भाई.
Marzen. They
भाई,
bail each
भाई,
other
ये
out.
dance करेगा.
Not the perfect crossfire, but
कर
the
dance, कर
bait and
dance,
switch
कर
setup
dance.
works perfectly for Reckoning.
जी जी.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got the winner of the lower bracket finals. Reckoning Esports, they kick Aster Army out of this tournament from the playoffs lower brackets, and they secure their slot in the grand finals of Split 2, a step closer to ascension. What a journey it has been for Reckoning Esports, filled with
GG bhai, 2-0 it is.
Still, inside Split 2, they come back even stronger, and this time they strike even harder. They secure their slot in the grand finals against OG. Indeed, a matchup we all are going to be waiting for eagerly now. But considering Aster Army 2 been able to make it so far, props to them.
Reckoning versus Orangutan. Orangutan versus Reckoning tomorrow.
And it holds a lot of potential for the future.
Fasten your seatbelts and cover your ears, ladies and gentlemen. The Wolves are rolling into the grand finals. The Wolves will take on the Apes tomorrow as Orangutan awaits this contender.
Wolves versus Apes.
$35,000 and the slot to ascension.
I am not sure code
is on the line, and you have your contenders, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have a word with Reckoning Esports.
इधर इस तरफ. This way. हमने हर्ष से बहुत सारी बातें की हैं, and I'm sure that he's also waiting for all the answers. हर राउंड में खेलना, to be underdogs, lower bracket में धकेला गए, उसके बाद तुम लोग सीधा grand final जा रहे हो. I mean, is this a fairy tale or what?
This is the grind, you know. हम lower bracket में गए, उसके बाद से हमने हमारे mistakes fix करे, फिर सब टीम्स को हम लोग 12-12 घंटे बैठ के डेमोस वगैरह देखे और बस उसके नतीजे आए सब.
तुम लोगों ने अपना पहला मैच किया वो था लोटस. क्या उसके पीछे कोई सोच थी, एक स्ट्रेटजी थी? Was it because Aster played on that map against OG?
लोटस हमारा लाइक बेस्ट टीम मैप है, तो हम उसके हिसाब से चले.
वोया, अब वोया को शुरुआत में हमने जिस तरीके से देखा है, अब ऐसा लग रहा है कि तुमने खुला छोड़ दिया उसको और कोई प्रिपेयर्ड नहीं था, कोई टीम प्रिपेयर्ड नहीं थी. क्या ये एक बहुत ही सोची समझी बात थी?
हम लोग ने ये कॉम्प लाइक HYPERX से इंस्पायर्ड होके खेला था. लाइक हमको मालूम है वो या बहुत इनसेन नेमर है और
क्योंकि मेरे को सुनना है,
तो हमने उसको बस रेना दे दिया और रेना पे उसने बहुत अच्छा खेला. लाइक वही प्लान था.
हाँ
राइट, ओके. ये डेडली की बात हुई. हर्ष यहाँ पे हमारे साथ है और ये एक आखिरी सवाल जो है वो हर्ष से पूछना है. बडी, आर यू रेडी फॉर योर डिजर्ट इन द ग्रैंड फाइनल?
ऑब्वियसली हम लोग 2 बार हारे, लेकिन अभी हम लोग का टाइम है. हम लोग
वो क्या डांस कर रहा है पीछे?
हम लोग 200% डालेंगे कल.
Flavin, show us your moves again. Show us your boxing moves, what you would do. Well, obviously, it is all about the celebration for Reckoning to be thrown to the lower bracket and then to make it to the grand finale, where they're going to take on fan favorites Orangutan. Wow, what a...
Bhai, Orangutan will be ready.
We're taking a break and we'll be back.
Orangutan team क्या है? मतलब पहले का दूसरा प्लेयर है उनके.
Orangutan का कॉम्प देखें आप जाके और मुझे 2 मिनट दीजिए. ERP डाम भाई क्या खेला Reckoning ने. Aster Army almost got both the rounds, I mean both the maps, but ठीक है. डाम better one won today. कल Orangutan versus Reckoning Esports है. Best of 5 होगा and कल we are going to see that match live. कल मैं स्ट्रीम मोस्ट प्रॉब्ली नहीं करने वाला. बेस्ट ऑफ 5 है. अगर खिंचा तो भैया 5 मैचेस देखने को मिलेंगे सामने सामने. अगर 5 तक गया, 5th मैप तक गया तो रात की स्ट्रीम नहीं हो पाएगी. वरना हुई तो रात की स्ट्रीम कर लेंगे, वरना कल स्ट्रीम नहीं हो मोस्ट प्रॉब्ली. तो वो है. मूवी तो देखनी है आपने. मूवी का लिखना पड़ेगा यार. मूवी का बात तो हुई थी, मेरे को बात करनी है वापस. लेट्स सी अगर मूवी का होता है तो. बट यप, वॉच पार्टी डन वेरी नाइसली. लेट्स गो. जीजी. टारना जी फाइनल जीतेगा वो अगले VCT पैक में खेलेगा क्या? यस और किया. भाई मेरा जो इंस्टाग्राम का एक्सेस नहीं है मेरे पास, उस पर क्यों फॉलोअर्स बढ़ रहे हैं मेरे? बताओ. हेलो ऑलराउंडर. अभी स्लॉट मिलेगा ना अब जो जीतेगा कल. उनको लीग में। एपैक मैं एग्जैक्टली नॉट श्योर कब कहाँ का स्लॉट मिलेगा, बट हाँ उनको स्लॉट मिलेगा VCL SC रीजन से आगे का। क्या करने वाले हो? मैं सोच रहा हूँ कि ये वाली स्ट्रीम बंद करके दूसरा स्ट्रीम स्टार्ट करके कुछ खेलें या फिर इसी स्ट्रीम पे। तो मैं आई गेस ये स्ट्रीम बंद करता हूँ बेटर, या फिर क्या? आई गेस हाँ VC हूँ आऊँ, मैं VC नहीं हूँ, और आना ना आना मर्जी आपकी। मैं गाइज ये स्ट्रीम एंड करता हूँ। क्या टाइम हो रहा है? 7:33। ओके, कुछ स्ट्रीम हुआ तो आपको मिल जाएगी तीसरी स्ट्रीम आज की इस चैनल पे, नहीं हुआ तो भी आपको पता लग जाएगा। बट GG। हाँ मैं ये स्ट्रीम एंड कर रहा हूँ, ठीक है चलो टाटा बाय बाय, मिलते हैं बाद में। पीस, नाइस वॉच पार्टी।